Ngā mihi o te wā, kia koutou katoa, nau mai, haere mai, and hoki mai, pakaranga here. Tamaki Makaurau, we're at Lloyd Ellsmore Park as this South Seas Healthcare Pacific Cup tournament continues, and what a tournament it's been so far. Getting to the business end now, however, with one more round left ahead of finals on Sunday. But here we have a very important fixture. Cook Islands versus Vanuatu about to get underway, and in the context of the tournament, both these teams a little bit far from the top to push for their spot in the final on Sunday. However, still got an exciting fixture ahead, some very, very good players. Keep an eye out in particular for Rachel Andrew from Vanuatu and Zamira Ikuia from Cook Islands. Both been putting together some very, very good performances. And as you see there, Cook Islands won the toss and elected to bowl, which seems to be a fair trend of the tournament so far. Here with Pete McGlashan. Pete, not surprising, decision at the toss?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting, I guess, a long way into the tournament. It's always nice to know what tempo you need to go at when you're batting, so I don't mind that. There is still a lot to play for in this game. Basically, whoever wins this game sneaks into that fourth spot for the third, fourth playoff on Sunday. So this really does determine whether or not you have a chance to be playing for third at the tournament or sitting down at fifth or sixth. So still plenty to play for. We've seen quite a lot of Vanuatu. We seem to have covered them a lot in the fixtures so far. They'll be a little bit disappointed after yesterday's game falling to Samoa. And so a tough game this morning as well against PNG. So they'll be hoping to bounce back this afternoon.
Yeah, they missed out there by 22 runs. And if you missed the other action this morning, Samoa beat Fiji by 26 runs. And Aotearoa Māori Wahine beat Cook Islands by 9 wickets. And star of that show was Molly Drum for a hat-trick and a 5-wicket bag. So plenty of people to be impressed with at this tournament. Selena Solomon, another one who's on show today, captain of Vanuatu. She's second equal on the wickets with 7. And as we mentioned before, Rachel Andrew, she's top of the batting at the moment. She has 121, top score of 42. And Zamira Ikuia has 90, she's in 4th place. So lots to play for, as you say, Pete, the 3rd and 4th playoff, the 5th and 6th. There'll be a lot of pride on the line here, and looking to kickstart the next 12 months of the campaigns for all of these teams.
Yeah, and this is a real wonderful opportunity for them to grow young players. We saw 16-year-old come out from Samoa yesterday and pretty much get them across the line, showing tremendous maturity despite her years. The fact that this tournament is going to be held in Aotearoa for the next couple of years also allows them to start to plan for the future. So it's really important that they finish this tournament well. This is the last opportunity in the round robin stakes, and then a bit of a break tomorrow, a chance to recharge. Hopefully they get along to the Super Smash games that are happening at Eden Park, and then turn up on Sunday for that 1st versus 2nd, 3rd versus 4th.
Yeah, it should be an exciting day. So if you're in here in Tamaki Makaurau, get on down to Lloyd Ellsmore Park, Pakuranga. Otherwise, if you're not, tune in, hopefully from not just around the Motu, but across the Pacific as well. Good to have our Pacific brothers and sisters with us today, joining the whānau to watch this amazing celebration of Pacifica talent and the sport we love of cricket. And just a little bit of a recap. As we said, these two teams a little bit out of the hunting, but PNG playing Fiji at the same time. They need to win to be sure to lock themselves into a place in that final. And Samoa, who are playing Aotearoa Māori Wahine, they need to win by quite a lot to get their campaign pushed forward. Maybe have a little bit of a threatening go at that final spot as well. But either way, and bearing in mind the Aotearoa Māori team, those games aren't internationals. So it is the Pacific nations here with plenty to play for. So PNG, a lot on the line for them.
See the teams, Aotearoa women preparing for their haka. We've heard that Samoa may be responding. We may well hear it through the FX mics as those two teams get set up just in the ground next door to us as we wait for Vanuatu and Cook Islands to get underway.
Well, I hope there's some phones out there. Look at it on socials later. There's been amazing coverage through social media of this tournament. All the players celebrating the successes, the batting and bowling exploits. Here on the main ground, Cook Islands getting ready to take the field. They won the toss, as we said. They're going to have a bowl at Vanuatu. You should see Rachel Andrew there. Top scoring batter, top scorer of the tournament. She should come out to open with Valenta Langiatu.
So Kukiareane coming out to field. Vanuatu opening bats have been pretty prolific so far in this tournament. Our two flag bearers doing a wonderful job there. Those flags look pretty heavy. The flags are twice as big as the flag bearers. Doing a good job holding them up. Tremendous honour for them.
Always a proud moment walking out past your country's flag. International sporting fixture, and this one's no different. Cook Islands with a good challenge here. They've won the toss and they want to bowl, and no doubt they will have done their homework and their scouting. Seen some of the talent in the Vanuatu team, so we have some plans set for them. Captain Tetiare Mataora, experienced. I think there's a little bit of competition in the background between the Wahine Māori and the Samoan teams there who could do the loudest haka. I suspect that'll continue through the week as well.
It was interesting hearing Kerry's comments this morning about the Fijian team, the first to respond to the New Zealand haka in the first game. This was it this morning or last night with Song? I think it was last night with Song. And they had heard through the grapevine that Samoa were going to respond as well. So she was looking forward to seeing more of that as the tournament progressed.
I love that, the old off-field challenge as well, the keeping up. It's the flavour you can only really get in tournaments like this and situations like this amongst these nations. Special cultural value they bring to the sport of cricket. We're nearly underway here. The Cook Islands. Sophia Samuels opening the bowling. No surprises there, she's been good for them too. Fairly orthodox field in. And we're underway. Good start, both from Samuels and Andrew. Andrew already showing some of the maturity that we've seen so far this tournament. She's got the power, she's got the skill, but still very circumspect up front. Getting a sense of this pitch. It's now to day 3. A little bit of water around at the start of the tournament. We've probably spiced it up a little bit, but drying out a bit now, which might be a bit lower. Well, it's hit strongly. Just for extra cover. Foot stop out there by Laupa Villa.
Yeah, there was a little bit of rain over the lunch break, which probably helped, if anything. A little bit of moisture in the surface, so as it starts to tire, it's not a bad thing. Hasn't seen any action with the roller, obviously, during the break, so nothing to compact it down.
False start, Sophia Samuels. And sometimes the rain just helps it skid on a bit, can help the batters too, Pete, as you alluding to there. To get a little bit more value. Often depends also on the effect on the outfield, how much it's rained. It was that funny snoodly rain, wasn't it? Wasn't anything too heavy.
Snoodly?
Snoodly, yeah. Oh, it's a good ball. Started just outside off stump, sorry. It held its line. And Andrew, right to have a go at it. Couldn't quite execute.
Yeah, all through on the offside so far. We've spoken about in the games yesterday how bowlers bowled well to their field, managed to contain players.
Oh, it's a good shot as well. Partial stop at backward point by Esther Williams. Should keep it to 1. Solid start by Samuels.
Yeah, strong throw by Williams. A little bit of a fumble. It was one of those ones that was sort of between ankle and knee height. Trying to judge the bounce as you're coming from points. Never easy.
No, particularly in outfield. This one here, we've got an artificial pitch. She's on the edge of the block there, and usually the rule is if you keep your hands below your knees and keep watching the ball, it gives yourself the best chance of taking it cleanly, though Pete and I
I was
cheated.
going
He
to
used to
say,
wear
listen
gloves.
to us wicket-keepers telling people how to field.
Exactly. Saw enough misfields, though, right? It's a good start from Sophia Samuels. Good tidy over. Just the 2 off it. 1 gone, and it's 2 without loss.
Yeah, excellent areas. Just bowling within herself. I think that's what happens in T20 cricket. You can charge in and bowl faster and faster, but often on a surface like this, it can actually make it easier for the player to play strokes, particularly through the offside. And it was good discipline there. All the shots from the batter coming through the offside. It says that she's got good control. It means you can set a field as a captain and have confidence.
Absolutely. Looks like Rachel Aora has the ball for the second over. Again, that's been a pattern that the Cook Islands have used well. And her and Samuels looking to forge that partnership in this power play. Try and keep the Vanuatu batters under control, nullify their strengths, try not to boulder their strengths, which I think would be something straight drifting in. That's full and driven. First boundary of the game. It's driven nicely just through wide mid-off. Saw it up there and rightly gives it the treatment. It's a good shot. Good way to start off, open the boundary accounts.
Yeah, it's always good to get away that bad delivery. It was a full toss outside off, and sometimes early on in your innings you can pick out the fielders, but did well to get good contact, and as soon as she saw that it was between cover and mid-off, that was never going to be caught by the fielders, so that'll give her some confidence early in her innings.
Well, that's wide. She goes for it. Langiatu couldn't quite catch up. Flirting with the wide line there, Aora. Well, that's got the treatment as well. It's short and wide down leg side. That's the strength we were talking about just a couple of balls ago. And that will also run away for a boundary. And Langiatu, she's starting to put pressure on the bowlers here.
Yeah, we saw Langiatu play well through the onside yesterday in that game in the afternoon against Samoa. Any time that they strayed in close to the pad, she pivoted pretty quickly, and that was a good example of that. Guilty of just sliding into leg stump and pulled through the onside. Cook Islands have decided not to go with a leg side sweeper. They've got a very fine third man, almost a backstop, so not much could be done as soon as it was pulled away to the leg side.
No run there. Langiatu off to a good start today, and that's one of the reasons she's third on the runs list. There's a lot of congestion. Rachel Andrews top 121, and then you've got Vare from PNG, Langiatu with 94, and Zamira Ikuia, who's in the Cook Island team, with 90. So that congestion there, though, it's just added 9 to that total. She'll be hunting down Rachel Andrew.
It's a bit of a break as the bails drop off.
Might be some competition for strike in this partnership.
It was a good partnership yesterday. It was, you know, it was probably the only time in that Vanuatu-Samoa game where Vanuatu looked in control. Opening batters did a good job, and Samoa's middle order bowlers who really pinned them back and then wrestled away momentum. It was a wonderful finish, going right down to almost that final over.
It should be wider than his. Langiatu chased it, but it's probably just a bit too wide in the end for her. Aora, important for her with these next couple of balls. She's conceded 9 so far, just to make sure they're as tight as possible and bowling to the plan.
Yeah, just wincing a little bit, possibly tiring. It's been a big, warm couple of days. These tournaments are always difficult.
That's driven nicely as well. Should be fielded, and as Evangeline Aone there does the fielding. Yeah, the day off today, tomorrow for these players will be really important. Take a couple of games a day each. Important you get some fluids, get your feet up.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big step-ups for players in these types of tournaments. Is it's all very well playing club cricket once a week, even if they are longer formats. But it's when you've got to get up every day, day after day, that you start to feel some aches and pains that you maybe haven't before. So it's a good experience for them.
Should be wider again. Aora get hold of it. You certainly start to feel it, that's for sure. So there might even be some ice baths and pool recoveries involved.
Really important the team get behind her here. This is normally a part of Cook Islands cricket, which they're very, very good at. That team coming together, making a bit of noise, letting the bowler know that they're all behind her.
It's played nicely and misfielded. Looks like a little bit at point. Esther Williams, unfortunately, that one through. And coming back for a fairly comfortable 2 to end the second over. 14 without loss.
Yeah, that was another example of just fielding in that point area on the side where the artificial pitch is. Just a little bit of uncertainty as Esther Williams attacked that delivery. Last thing you need as a bowler if you're having a bit of a tough day is to then let through the odd extra run like that, which, you know, that'll hurt. But you really need the team to come together, make a bit of noise. Because it's not a bad start here. The first over was very tight. You know, we spoke about it all being on the offside. Not as good from Aotearoa, but he can still bounce back here.
Yeah, Samuel's a very tight over, just the 2 off it. And maybe Pete, our other wicketkeeper's tip for fielders, if you're fielding at point, the second bounce is the one that spins to your left. Oh, it's driven strongly. But again, good bowling to field. See, Andrew wants to get underway here, doesn't she?
Yeah, she looked very strong on the front foot yesterday. Most of her boundaries coming with a big front. She's a tall player. She's really almost 5'10", and gets a good stride in and then hits powerfully off the front foot. So it's not a bad thing to force her back.
Yeah, good from Samuels. Just that niggly length. We talked about her stride length there. That length where she's either got to use that and get right forward, or even maybe a little bit tricky on a low pitch. Get back and across. Oh, it's a sneaky little edgy one there. Snuck through. Mariala, the keeper, wasn't able to stop it. But Andrew won't mind the 2. Take them however they can come.
Yeah, bottom edge from Andrew, looking to drive through the offside. And there is a slip fielder in, although they're at a second or third slip, so it went between the wicketkeeper and the slips fielder along the ground the whole way. Third man managed to come round and they came back for 2. Looks like over in the other game, Aotearoa picked up their first wicket against Samoa.
Well, it's worked nicely into the offside. That's a great gap. Some good commitment in the field too. Cook Islands. Zamira Ikuya, who we'll see later with the bat, probably with the ball as well.
Yeah, she's been very good with the bat in the tournament so far. A couple of good scores early on. It's the sort of commitment you need to lift the bowlers if they're having a bit of a tough day.
Yeah, it's good tight bowling again. Langiatu this time facing. Seen a bit of Samuels for a while. Let's have a look. But even, I mean, 17 off 3, not too bad halfway through the power play. So important here for Vanuatu. Make the most of this mini start, make it an actual start. And straight through. That is the end of the mini start. Langiatu missed that one. Very good bowling by Sophia Samuels. Straight at the base of the off stump. Langiatu's trying to drive it, just couldn't quite execute.
Yeah, excellent Yorker from the bowler there. Samuels deserved that. She's been good. She managed to field the ball off her own bowling the ball before to keep Langiatu on strike, and that was just too good. The off stump out of the ground. Middle and leg left standing with the bail on, but excellent work from Cook Islands, and you know that'll be infectious. You know, Aotearoa having a tough day at the other end, but hopefully she gets some confidence from her opening bowling partner doing an excellent job there.
Absolutely. Way to end the third over for the Cookies. Navaika strides to the crease for Vanuatu. Also very promising. Good stroke player. Some good contributions so far. She's been an important player here. Andrew's someone who has batted, as we've said already, she's top run scorer of the tournament. She's batted well, but in each time she's actually had someone who could just stay with her for a little bit of that innings. And it's an important partnership here for Vanuatu to set something that hopefully for them be out of the Cookies' reach.
Yes, I mean, she's been the leading run scorer for Vanuatu. She's probably faced, the key to that has been facing a lot of delivery. She's batted deep in each of the innings and allowed the other players to kind of, have small mini partnerships with her, leading from the front. And that's why it's such a big wicket if Cook Islands can pick her up, because Vanuatu have relied on her to get them to competitive totals. They haven't come out in the win sheet too often in this tournament, but she's been the difference between them getting a score where they had a chance at least to defend it. Just waiting as the wicketkeeper, I think, changes a glove or a cap, or she might have picked up a helmet to stand up to the stumps, has she? A change and bowl it. It's like the leg spin of Ikea.
Yeah. Oh, it's flighted. It's an excellent delivery. Bit of turn there. Ikuea landed straight on the spot that a lot of leg spinners would love to start their spells on.
Andrews tried to hit it into next week. She's just forgotten that she's lost a wicket at the other end.
Oh, so tempting though, that flight. Excellent flight from Ikuea. There it is again. Slightly shorter, it means Andrew can just rock onto the back foot. Probably going to look for 2 here. It's a long throw from there.
Yeah, good running from the new batter, Navaika. Running back to the danger end. It was a long throw. It's a good way that they can get a little bit of energy going in this batting opening, just after losing a quick wicket.
Oh, that is played nicely. Just behind square. She did really well there. Andrew, just to wait for it. She saw that it was short. Gives herself as much time as she can by stepping back in her crease and hitting it as hard as she can. And helps herself to boundary 4.
Yeah, good awareness from Andrew. She knew that the cover sweeper was out there on the offside. She just hit the previous delivery out there. That was short from Kuia. And they do have almost a cow corner as opposed to a conventional square sweeper on the leg side. So that's something they'll need to think about. Kuia will have to bowl much fuller if she's going to be hit out to that current fielder they've got out at mid-wicket.
That's hit in the air and over, mid-on. That's a very good shot. Weighed up the risk and went for it. Andrew again, 4 runs. She's starting to assert her dominance on this innings.
Yeah, that's the risk. Kuia throwing the ball up, giving him plenty of time for Andrew to making a call as to whether she's going to go over the top. She had the confidence to go over mid-on. Mid-on was up inside the circle, but she hit it so well. And now it's led to a change in the field with that cover sweeper being dropped back. So there's plenty of protection at deep mid-wicket and long on. It means Ikuea has to bowl at the stumps any width on the offside, and there's no protection.
Well, that's a little bit down leg side. Might just be the one. Probably got away with one there, Ikuea. And also, Pete, when you bring up that offside field to the leg spinner, you can open up, sort of try and tempt the batter to hit on the offside and maybe misjudge one, and your third man gets in on the action. But at the moment, Ikuea just not quite in that line right.
Yeah, and it's difficult when you loft it, when you bowl with so much flight, to be consistent with where that lands. So interesting to see Andrews go to the sweep shot then. So obviously again recognising that mid-wicket and long on are back, and she's trying to access that area behind square on the leg side.
And circumspect at the end of the 4th over. And Vanuatu now 28 for 1. Change in commentary. We'll be hearing the dulcet tones of Paddy Perkins and Eru Paranihi.
Tēnā koroa, dulcet tones. Well, maybe that applies to Eru. I'm not sure about me yet, but
He's now
hei
coming up.
konei, māua. Just seeing the fours here that have just been struck. Bit of really good intent from Andrew into her innings straight away today. Well, this afternoon is, from what we saw earlier this morning, a little bit circumspect, and probably reflected that she just left the run chase a little bit long to get her innings going. So she's just come out firing straight away.
Yeah, chance for Andrew and co and her fellow teammates of Vanuatu to rectify this morning's performance. It's not as if they weren't out of the game as such.
And just, helped around the corner again. Big chase on, potentially going to roll away. Hauled in, 3's on. Pushing hard, good running between the wickets.
Yes, excellent running there. Just kind of swivels and gets that down towards the fine leg boundary though. Got wonderful fielding down there by the Cook Islands.
And
just the 1 wicket lost so far in this power play.
Esther Williams, the new bowler, into the attack. Her first over for the afternoon. So now just, going to want to work on finding that line a little bit straighter. Not give those ones drifting down leg, especially when there is no deep fine leg back. Wider and shorter, outside off, cut away through between point and cover. Hauled in for 2. Yeah, just smart, tidy batting here from Navaika and also from Andrew.
Yeah, plays that sweetly in front of point 2, and that's one of her go-to shots we've seen in the tournament so far.
You just can't err too short because these batters are too good to miss out on anything short.
Even so, fine leg coming around, just a bit more in between, a little closer to a square leg now.
Potentially wide and running on the shot. Well, running on the miss. Tied it up. So wide plus the run.
Yeah, excellent fielding there by Evangeline Yuan there despite that, and extras goes towards Vanuatu. They'll have to be bowled again.
Yeah, Vanuatu will be happy with the start, going at a run rate of 8s already. So despite the loss of 1 wicket, the momentum's carrying on really well. Smacked to short cover, no run. Good fielding in there. As Kerry Tomlinson and I were speaking about earlier in the first game, just the ability to hunt in close, dive around, put body on the line is something that we've seen a lot of all the teams here at this South Seas Healthcare Pacific Cup all week.
Yeah, he decides to go straight down the ground this time. It was short and wide. Perhaps not having a bit of luck on the offside and change of tack perhaps. Identified the gaps in. Well played.
Yeah, again, latching onto anything a little bit short, so able to play a more cross-bat shot and had enough time to just decide whereabouts in the field to place it. Williams in for 5th ball of the over. Again, short, wide, cut behind point, but well covered there.
Rachel Aurora, or O-Order.
Yeah, I've seen her hunting in both in mid-wicket and at point, so it suggests that she is one of their more reliable gun fielders in the hot spots all day. Last ball of the over. Loud call from the non-strikers there. Not interested in running to the danger end. Finishes the over 8 from it. 5 overs gone, 36 for 1.
Yeah, I like this from Vanuatu. You know, always hard to come from 2 losses in a row, especially especially the first game or the game before that against Samoa. They should have won, and then coming into Papua New Guinea where realistically they had a chance and they could have won that too, and they'll be disappointed about that. So
yeah, having the what ifs as a cricketer is a hard one to get over because you reflect, and there's so many instances within a cricket game that could have gone one way or the other, and Vanuatu will reflect on their 2 losses, and unfortunately for them there will be a lot of those what if moments, but those are opportunities to learn, and in the future when similar scenarios arise, they'll be better for it, and they'll hope to be able to rectify maybe the misses that they made in these last couple of games. New bowler, back to Ikiua. Big shot down the ground. Oh, it's just overrun. It came in too quickly. Did Evangeline Ione.
I suspect she probably couldn't see that too, like with the sun beaming down too. No cap, no glasses on.
Yeah, a little bit in her eyes.
Yeah, those are always hard to take.
Over the top.
Yeah, on the move too. The ideal when it is that high is to get into position early your feet planted, you give yourself a bit of a chance to take that.
Oh, good effort, good diving stop. Able to sneak through for the one. A good communication between ngā kaipatu, between the batters out there, aware as soon as it's in a gap, they're going to be pushing hard for the one. Keep rotating the strike.
Yeah, it places that nicely in the covers. And
Pulled away, backward of square. Could be two, they push hard enough. So, best not.
Excellent fielding there. Sophia Samuels just behind square there. A wonderful effort to restrict it to one run. As a bowler, though, you love seeing the effort, the mahi put in by your fielders as well.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing worse for a bowler to have bowled a half-decent ball and then for the fielding side to let you down. So, as one is smacked out again to cow corner region, but tidily picked up by Ropa Villa, keeping just to the one.
Yeah, Mia Likana there on the boundary. She's coming in closer though. She was riding the boundary before, so it's about 10 metres inside the boundary now to hopefully stop that.
Oh, well read by the mid-wicket fielder there, Rachel Owora. She just saw the Navaika was just looking to glance it, just to drop it into the leg side, watched her hands closely, anticipated, and moved really well to her right to cut off any potential quick run. Again, dropping runs, well, at least dropping it with the intent to look for a run is something that Vanuatu are doing. And good close to the over there by Ikiua at the end of the power play after 6 overs. Vanuatu are 41 for 1.
Good start from Vanuatu. Just the one wicket falling there in the power play. That was the danger batter, Lenta Langiatu. So we look at the Manhattan 2. It's a massive second over there, 12 off it. It's a couple in the 10s. Vanuatu skying here nicely. Won't want to get too carried away though. Sun's out. The dry field in place.
Esther Williams continuing from the road end. Well gapped. Out to deep mid-wicket for 4.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot there. Dropped it in short. Williams got on the back foot, but it did keep low though. That's a little bit concerning if you are the batters as well, because if it is going to keep low too, then your mind starts going, you start going to two minds as well, whether to get on the front foot or the back foot.
That stayed very low. So credit to Andrew, who obviously is watching the ball well. To be 27 off 20, you've got to be watching the ball well. And just knocked down to long on, probably just the one.
Excellent, well done. Always follow up a boundary with a single. If you can get off strike after scoring a boundary, that immediately puts the pressure back on the fielding side.
Absolutely. In terms of being able to keep rotating the strike. Because if you hit a 4 and then it just ends up being a couple of dots, it sort of makes that 4 a bit null and void. So, as you say, keeping the pressure on, Kuki Airani. Navaika on strike here. Oh. Dead ball. Not sure what happened there. Maybe the winds have...
I'm wondering the bails too. The bails just flicked off. And of course, we've got our rules man next to us that can explain that in detail, but bails are off. Umpire Tony Vasa has called that dead.
Dead ball. So, re-bowl that. Yeah, well knocked into the leg side. 2 could be on, hasn't picked up yet. Yeah, great running. Great awareness by Navaika to push the first run hard. Turned it in and out of the crease really well.
Yeah, probably a little bit too straight there. Half volley on leg stump. Always put those away. Be gutted if you can't score off a half volley.
Tika. Yeah, this is really composed work here by Vanuatu. getting the 4 at the beginning of the over has just allowed them to tick over the singles, pick up a 2 along the way. Already 8 off it with 2 balls remaining in the over. Dragged short and punched away, cut away through the covers. Big chase on again, maybe able to haul it in. Bit of a relay throw.
Nice throw there from Tyler Micah. Out on the boundary there. Dropped it in short, got off the back foot. Perhaps the ground not as fast as we perhaps thought because of the sun. Hoia no tera tera.
All right. Well, with the rain, it sort of would have freshened things up a bit. Just slows the grass up. Oh, good efforts. Oh, not out, but nice clean fielding in there at point.
Yes, umpire Patterson saying no. Took that just in front of point there. Risky run, but
Yeah, good call. Good
safely
call.
in there.
And again, the work of Rachel Awara in that point, doing a really good job for her team. And that'll be the end of the over. It'll be 7 gone.
Yes,
And I don't know what the score is, but we'll tell you shortly.
Some positive play there from Vanuatu too. I know that, you know, we always talk about putting the games behind you as quickly as possible to focus on the now, but if we're taking a comparison look too, they're playing some positive cricket as well, and perhaps that was what was missing from the first one as well, finding the gaps, taking singles, and as soon as you're hitting the boundaries, take the single or get off strike the next ball, put the pressure back on the fielders. Nā waira, eventually the runs accumulate as Zamira Ikiua, Northern District's under-17 product, Māori player, but also turning up for a Kukiarangi whakapapa.
Big flight, but well struck over the head of mid-off. That looks like it will run away for 4. Quality striking here by Andrew. She's really into her work.
Yeah, pushed it full. Nice juicy half volley there. Don't you just love those here? Rachel Andrews, she's cruising along, equal to her score, 35 in the previous game as well. You know, at the rate she's batting, I reckon she could... I shouldn't, should I say
don't
this?
Say it. No, don't say it. Don't say it. But I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, we won't say it, but we'll think it, right? And you at home are probably thinking it too.
Yeah, lovely sweep shot. Has found the deep square leg fielder, but beautiful sweep. And Sophia Samuels out in the deep, doing the work to tie that up.
Sounds like Rachel's listening to me. As soon as you get a boundary, get off strike the next ball, and done that to perfection, got down for the sweep shot. And so I think I'm going to listen to Matua Eru.
Just knocked into the offside, no run. So yeah, this over and the one previous following a similar theme of 4 off the first ball. So whether that's a tactic or it's just a matter of putting away the bad ball when it arrives, but 4 off the first ball takes all the pressure off the rest of that over, because you know you've got your big shot already, and then you can just accumulate whatever is on hand for the rest of the over. And great pressure, great running there by Navaika and Andrew, really knowing each other's game really well.
Just had a text coming to New Zealand Cricket to our inclusion and diversity. Andrew Tara from Luturu Ross Potua Lote Taylor, who sees Talofa watching it, of course, one of the ambassadors here, and you know, of the Solua Fata tribe in Samoa, and village in Samoa.
And another dot. What am I looking at here? Yeah, just lots of flight. Like, I love the courage here to keep by Ikiua, to keep tossing it up, ask the batter to play the big shot. Bit too full on that occasion, but Deep Cow is out there, running on the throw. Great effort there, great running. Ooh.
Yeah, can't bowl there. She's just fortunate. Nona te waimaria kei kora te tangata. Fortunate that there was a fielder on cow corner to stop that, but hoi anō.
Yeah, on the throw. Unsure if there was an early celebration. The bowler took the ball and then somehow missed the stumps at her end, but it allows Navaika to stay in and this partnership to continue. We now have Pete and someone.
So Rebecca Rolls, Pete McGlashan, and Matthew Workman joining us now.
Edu's just mixing it up from the run sheet, which he typed out himself, which had Katie staying on for a little bit longer. So good to have Matthew in the seat, though.
To be fair, I think Matthew just sort of had a bit of a longer rest than he was meant to earlier on, and he's just decided to turn up now.
So you're really starting to know that we're getting to know each other quite well. It's pretty gentle day 1 and 2 here, Juan. We're getting into the truth bombs here.
All right.
Nah, it's pretty easy to relax when you're watching stuff like this, though. Lovely hitting.
And start of a new over. Dot to start. And Ilikana, the new bowler from the road end. Oh, top-edged into fine leg, unable to tidy it up, but will only spin away shortly for 1.
Well, this is definitely more like it from Vanuatu, though, isn't it? Probably what we were hoping to see in that first game. Probably a bit of a free license now that their tournament hopes are kind of sailing away. Kind of don't want to leave the tournament feeling like what could have been. So, nice little free license this game, I think.
And drifting into the leg side again. Smacked away, most likely hit for 4. Yeah, it's gone. And that's what I've been really impressed with both Andrew and Navaika since they've been at the wicket, is anything that's a little bit off a perfect ball, they're knocking it in for 4, for at least 1 or 2. So they're making Kukiairani really pay for anything that's not right on the money.
Andrew's got a particular arc, doesn't she? Just in that sort of leg side, anything just short she can get underneath. Another 40-plus score for her this tournament.
That's more like it. Wicket to wicket from Ilikana, which then brings the dot.
I'd like to see her kick on. We've seen tournament, other games where she's got 40-odd, but been denied the strike against Samoa. She's really well placed to get a big score here, 70, 80 or 90, and that would make a big difference to Vanuatu's chances.
Oh, and down leg side for a wide. Don't feel like I've seen too many wides this innings so far, so fairly disciplined in terms of straying too far wide from the batter.
Yeah, just the 4th wide for the innings so far. Nice and tight here from the Cooks.
Again, stump to stump, which is good bowling. It's asking the batter to play every ball. Brings almost a dismissal into the game.
Yeah, that's a 50 partnership for these two. They've done very well. Navaika just the 8 off 13, but Andrew has really stepped up. So it's exactly what they needed after losing that early wicket.
Last ball of the 9th over. Oh, walks right across his stumps. Sort of creates a wide from walking so far across. Potentially a little bit unlucky for Ilikana. Had Navaika sort of stood her ground where she was, it probably would have smacked into her leg. But good courage from Navaika to try and work something. And knocked down to mid-on, off the legs. Should only be the 1. And it's drawn in. So that'll be the end of the over. They're now 69 for 1. And yeah, still going along at a really nice, composed clip at the moment. Vanuatu. Pete, I don't know how much you know generally more about the Pacific cricket, but I was talking to my best mate last week about this tournament, Cora Allen. She's Niuean and Māori, and she was like, oh, where's the Niue team? Is there a Niuean cricket team? Do we know about them?
Yeah, I'm not sure, actually. That's a good question. It has tended to be these teams that have been going in the ICC games for a while. I know that my sister and As was mentioned earlier in the day, Kerry had been up to Vanuatu a few times to coach up there.
Yeah, just knocked around behind square, just a single again. Good running.
Not a huge amount of room on Niue for a cricket ground. I don't know if you've been to Niue.
Not yet. Atona wā tira te tūmanako. Yeah. So you have been?
I haven't been to Niue, but I've got a few friends that have been there. It's a fascinating place to go. It's not, obviously Niue is known as the rock, not a huge amount of flat area, and because the flights only come in on certain days, people play different roles. So one day the person that you see at the supermarket buying the checkout will then be the air traffic controller on a different day.
Epic. Ikiua with his second delivery of the over. It's punched down to long off. It's a great shot, well covered by the long off fielder.
Gee, Andrew sing it nicely though, isn't she? That's absolutely no danger out there to long off. Nice, easy two, well fielded in the end though. Restricting it to 2, but Juggernaut Andrew just keeps rolling on here.
Yeah, Kerry Tomlinson was talking about how playing straight is one of Andrew's real strengths. And we're seeing that on display. As she now also shows us another shot, just sort of a half pull tuck shot out to the deep square leg fielder. Again, just the one run, but
Tonga, obviously the other one who aren't here. So I know that Tonga have been involved in some of the men's Pacific tournaments before. So there is probably space for Niue and Tonga to come into these tournaments.
I'll put my hand up to Coach Niue. Well, my friend did ask. She's like, "You can be our coach," and I was like, "Yeah, sure." It sounds like a deal.
Yeah, it sounds like a verbal contract to me.
Oh, yep.
Bet.
Good dot. Previous ball from Ikiua. Yeah, well played. Oh, one bounce to the deep square fielder. One of those ones where you can see that the pitch is, well, appears to me getting a little bit lower. It could also be a bit to do with the pace, but that's definitely staying lower. So good work from both batters to sort of hold their shape, and not go through their shots too early. That's a cracking shot. Well covered in the deep by Evangeline Ione. She's busy down at long off. Actually, all these boundary fielders are having a bit of work to do. But just a single to finish the over, so tidy enough finish.
And perfect outcome for Andrew again. Sort of retained strike for another over again. As Pete said, she's played a few innings where she's kind of ended up being stranded at the non-striker's end. So having that momentum through to the second half of the innings is going to be pretty crucial both for her and for Vanuatu, you feel. Especially with some of these deliveries that are very loopy. You know, she seems to be timing them really well across the ground.
Yeah, potentially the advantage of having only been batting out on this wicket this morning. Like she'll have the best read of this wicket than anyone probably at the ground right now. As we have Taiola Likana back into the bowling attack. Knocked out again just for a single. Going, 7.5s at the moment, Vanuatu. So going at this rate, you'd expect the back half of the innings for that run rate to climb well over 8s. So they could be on for a big score here. Oh, yeah, well knocked into the leg side. You can see Navaika playing the role of the rotator. So her role is just to get Andrew on strike, give Andrew as many balls to face as possible. And then at the back end of the over, if Andrew can't hit a 4, she'll just look for one herself, get herself back on strike for the beginning of the following over. Gone for the sweep, but wide down leg. So another run to the Vanuatu score.
It's great keeping from Sonia Vaya, though, right up to the stumps. And that's fired down leg. You've got to react really quickly there. That's some top draw keeping, wouldn't you say, Pete? Yeah,
she's done a really good job. It's never easy when the bowler, particularly with a player like Andrew, who likes to play that sweep shot.
And well punched down the ground again. The ridiculous thing, though, with Sonia Vaya is that she's actually, not quite. Oh, it's all on here. overthrow. Andrew pushing back to the bowler's end for the third. A little bit of confusion.
Well, that'll bring up
50 for Andrew. Well-deserved 50 off only 35 balls. She's chugging along at a great rate. Yeah, I was just saying about Sonia Vaya. She's actually one of the top bowlers for this side. However, has picked up a shoulder injury, so decided to take up the gloves and is maybe looking a natural, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's one of those things that if you don't have a go at it, you don't really know how well it will come. She's often early on in your career, it's more about courage than anything else. It's we saw a little bit of the keepers over the last couple of days a little bit guilty of standing a few yards back and ending up in a bit of no man's land. But give yourself a chance up at the stumps. Who knows what might happen.
Bowling very wicket to wicket. So Navika definitely has a good sense of the pace of this wicket, because she's given herself an opportunity to miss it, because if she misses, she will be plumb LBW. But again, just working it off her pads for one. One more ball remaining in the over. 7 off at thus far. Last thing that Kukiairani will want will have boundary off this ball. Swung away to deep backward square. Hauled it in. No, unfortunately, the outcome I just mentioned was not the ideal. Has happened. So 4 runs to finish the over, which puts a real exclamation mark on the 11th over.
As you can see, they're fairly consistent run rate throughout for Vanuatu here. All powered by an incredible half-century so far from Andrew. Gee, she's looking in good touch after this morning's game as well. Just a different read of this game, isn't she? I think there's definitely a lot less fear, as sort of mentioned earlier, without having to worry about future outcomes and future matchups. Probably has a bit more of a free license, and she's making the most of it this afternoon, that's for sure.
It's a great insight to what pressure does, or what mindset does to a batter. Like you say, this game, it is about just maybe having fun and letting go of consequence for Vanuatu, knowing that they're out of finals contention most likely. And now you can see just a really free batting performance by both Andrew and Navika. As Navika pulls that out to sort of a deep mid-wicket for just the one. Mataora in for her first over of the afternoon. And again, just punched out into the deep and tied it up. So I guess to give credit to the captaincy of Kukiairani, like at the moment they're just hitting their sweepers. It's more just the rank ball down leg side that's finding the boundaries more often than not. Well gapped here, maybe able to push for 2 here. Oh, unlucky. She did all the hard work getting around the boundary. And unfortunately, there's another 4 against Kukiairani. Yeah. Taylor Micah doing all the hard work to get there.
Yeah, it's a pretty big step count there. Help for the average, but...
And then the field change to rub salt in the
Come
wind.
on.
Oh. Here's what it is.
More steps.
Yeah. We've all been that one. Nah, you're sacked.
Yeah. O'Waters kind of pulled her in and swapped her out.
That's when you say, oh, we need your speed inside the circle.
Exactly. You got faster the hands than me, so... And you go in the middle. Big flight. Plenty of time to get back and cut it out to deep cover. With no protection out there, that's 4. Because of the sweepers, all at long off, long on, cow and square leg, it means the offside is up through the covers. It just takes breaking the cover wall, and you've got 4 all day.
Yeah, Navika did really well to wait for that one.
Yeah.
Often, if you go too early, it is dragged across the leg side, but she was very patient, showed good timing to hit through the offside. Never easy with no pace on the ball.
You can just see from the cameraman there was a wide long off, the long on, a cow corner and deep square / mid wicket, as this one's pulled backward a square. Bit of work to do, but again, well pulled in. Good athleticism on the boundary to get around and hustle it in.
Picking those balls up nice and early, aren't they? Super short. She's got enough time to turn around and hit the ball backward a square. It's a bit of a danger sign, I think, for Cook Islands as we sort of head towards the last 8 overs here.
Definitely. Last ball of the 12th over. Again, Kukiairani hoping for a dot or a single at most. Unlucky underneath the cover fielder. Big chase on again. This outfield has definitely sped up and, well, I'm not sure.
It looked good. Very, one for the highlight reel there from Kiua.
And what I love is that it doesn't matter how close it's getting to that boundary, there is no giving up here.
Kiua's travelled from short mid-wicket. She gets there, puts the dive in, throws it in, rolls over the boundary. It looks like well, I think she's done enough. I think she's done enough to save a couple there. Changing commentary now with Rebecca Rolls joining the team.
Kia ora korua. Looks like my departure's prompted excellent partnership here from Rachel, Andrew and Navaika. Talked about that a little bit before. But what's impressed me about Rachel Andrew is just her confidence in her intent. Navaika's in on the act. That's a good shot too. Loving the sweep shot. It's a good option here. Low pitch.
Andrew's been impressive all round the wicket. We spoke at the start of her innings about how powerful she was hitting down the ground. She put some bad balls away through the offside, but then as the spinners have come on, we've seen that sweep shot come out more and more, and it's a real test for a captain in the field because you're not quite sure where to place those boundary fielders. So you're used to a player who's used to banging the ball straight and long on, long off, being deep. Puts pressure all around the wicket.
Goes again, hit strongly. Aroha Mai, that was Rachel hit that boundary before. The graphics on my screen, they're on dial-up a little bit. But yeah, and then a good backup option, the 4 and a 1. The ball 1 and 2 of an over just makes the fielding captain think, sheesh, better get a hold of this one. Navaika on strike now. That's a strong shot, but nicely fielded there in the covers.
Yeah, probably got away with one there, Alicana. Very, very wide, but very generously hit towards cover. It was saved, but starting to drop quite short now, the Cooks with their bowling. Just need to tighten up a wee bit and get it a bit fuller.
Nicely touched. Let's get Rachel back on strike. So totals, have we had that conversation? Have we had our,
No,
put our line in the
Just looking
sand?
at the Fiji game, Fiji 21 for 8
Oh,
against Papua New Guinea.
Bit to do.
oh, it's smacked. Be a fielder there, but she's done well to fetch that. Andrew, from one side of the pitch to the other. Well, PNG had to make sure that game, and they've certainly given themselves the best chance of net run rate too.
Samoa 39 for 4 after 12 against Aotearoa Māori.
Bit of work to do there. Another one just snuck through there.
Definitely looking at over 150, aren't you?
Yep.
We've got 40, about 44, 43 balls left. So even if it had a run a ball, you're looking at 150, and you'd expect at least a little bit more than run a ball if these two bat for another few overs. There's plenty of drinks coming out. Andrew's obviously batted a lot in this tournament, so she'll be pretty tired, but she's also best placed to know where the best places to score runs are.
And there's evidence of that, looking at the Taniwha climbing its way up. Just the one wicket early on. Vanuatu, she departed in the power play. Rachel Andrew, it has not stopped her. Some very good support from AZ at Nawaika. And I agree, Pete. And I think also when you've got you've got 9 wickets in the shed in the 13th, end of the 13th over, you've got to go vertical from there. There's no point in being 2 down at 120, for example, which isn't going to happen here. Well, it's very slow delivery, but that means the batter has to find some pace. Aotearoa Māori, captain, brings herself in.
Yeah, you kind of felt like you really start to put your foot down when it's 1 wicket per over. So if you've only got 4 wickets left, you wait right until that 4 overs to go mark. You've got 8 or 9 wickets left, and you can really put your foot down with 8 or 9 overs to go. You want to spread your resources to make sure you don't run out too quickly. But when you've conserved wickets the way that you have, these two have, you really can start to be a bit more aggressive.
Oh, that's well played. Nice off the back foot. Stand nice and tall just to access that gap. It really has been an impressive partnership, Rachel Andrew and Naizia Navaika. And Mataora is captain of the Cook Islands. Taking responsibility here, brought herself on, see if she can get a breakthrough. And over a go, still working hard at that. Well, that's hit in the air, but did split the fielders. A chase on here, but some good fielding. Good slide fielding by Evangelina Ione.
Yeah, that brings up the 100 partnership too between these two. Off just 63 balls. It's been a good clip. A lot of big hitting, particularly from Andrew. Incredible power display from both of these batters here.
Well, that swung away through the onside. There's protection deep there. Good field setting though. A little bit of a slip through means they'll come back for a couple. Unfortunately, Laupavila just couldn't quite gather it. She was on the run, trying to be efficient, trying to get it in, make sure they didn't go for the second, but got it in the end. So far, 9 off the over. Mataora close out efficiently here. Oh, it could be a chance. No, clean pick up again. Not helped by the artificial cricket she's standing on, I would imagine. Some challenges to navigate there, but in the end, gets it in, does Esther Williams. Well, a little bit of a mix-up again, but completed in the end. It brings the 14th over to an end from Mataora. It was a good one for Vanuatu. 10 off it, 120 for 1.
Cook Island will be starting to wonder when Vanuatu are going to put the foot down. We see Andrew starting to hit over the top. We're just losing a little bit of shape. Possibly being a little bit tired. But we've seen her ability to score on both sides of the wicket. Samuels again, is it?
Yeah, I wondered when she might come back for another go.
She was very good at the start. Did a very good job early on. We need a breakthrough.
Absolutely. Desperately need one. Bring back the strike bowler. And that's smacked straight back over her head. That's a very good shot. Still should just be the 1, maybe 2. Just pulling up on this outfield.
You're heading into the breeze. It's a reasonably stiff breeze. It is darkening up. Just had a message from the Auckland Hearts training is off because it's raining over at Eden Park on the other side of the city. So weather
coming this way, maybe.
Potentially coming this way.
happen. Some backing up. Whoever was right down at the boundary wasn't giving that secondary layer of backup, unfortunately.
You're just getting a little bit untidy here for Cook Islands.
Pia Kura out there. Understandable, she's a long way away from where the ball was hit, so she probably didn't think she was in business, but you never know what can happen when it goes through a couple of sets of legs.
What does this mugginess do for players out there as well? There's been a bit of rain. The heat's hung around. Must be fairly sapping for the players out there.
Absolutely. Not to mention makes your hair frizzy. Matu. That's why the caps are in play, but it also can make the ball wobble around a bit. You know, get a bit more movement sideways. And certainly under the helmets and the long sleeves, a day like today can get a bit steamy. Well, that's driven in the air and just over the top there. Esther Williams couldn't quite rein it in, and that's gone for 4. Good shot.
Yeah, you sort of wonder whether the Cook Islands, bringing back Sophia Samuels, it's a bit of a chance to just stem the run flow a bit, but she's leaned into that well, got that just over cover, and it's run away for 4. Cook Islands with some big questions probably now to ask in terms of who's going to bowl towards the end if one of their star bowlers has had to be brought back reasonably early here.
Goes again. It's full this time. Might get 2 because she's just hit it wide of that mid-on fielder. She does, and that's really good running. Good positive running, Rachel Andrew. And of course, Navaika can support. Andrew goes to 74 of 47. What have we got left? 5 overs. Are we looking at... I don't want to say it.
Oh, don't call it.
No,
don't call it. It's early.
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
You know what we mean.
I don't know if there's a jar around, but it's almost the first fine of the day there, I think.
Shot again from Andrews. Just jogging through for the 1. And not interested in anything the misfield might be. There wasn't one there anyway. End of the 15th, 131 for 1.
Yeah, if anything, Samuel just gives Andrew a little bit more pace to work with, and we saw that lofted drive over the offside was a beautiful shot of a player who's in form. She's hunched over her back. She's obviously pretty tired, but she's also the best person to be out there in the middle for Vanuatu at the moment. Doing an excellent job. Just overheard the scorers mention that dot ball that she faced halfway through that over, the first dot in 6 overs that she'd faced. So she's just shown that ability to get bat on ball, rotate the strike, make sure that she keeps that scoreboard ticking over. And that's been the difference in this partnership compared to some of the other batting that we've seen over the last few days, is just constantly rotating the strike, not letting Cook Islands settle into a rhythm and bowl to a plan.
Lopa Villa has the ball. Says, no, I'm not going to bowl my hat, even though it might get a bit frizzy and windy.
Tied back, thankfully.
Yep. There's some good hair ties in this weather, that's for sure. It's hit in the air, but again through the gap. It's hit strongly. And that has gone for 4. Fielder unable to cut it off there. Queer, I think it is.
Again, just full face of the bat. A lot of power through that offside. That shot brings up 200 runs for the tournament for her as well. So she's going at a serious clip. Just runs for fun here for Andrew. Far and away the leading run scorer in this tournament.
Yeah, it's hard to pull it back from here. Villa continues. Oh, that's a good ball. Good Yorker. Good comeback when you've just been hit for 4. Important she strings as many of those together. And good stat about the amount of dot balls. I think yesterday we saw one maiden over, which is, let's see, not common T20 cricket. Strongly again in that run rate now. Vanuatu at 8.8. Which puts them in good stead. If we are talking about totals, yeah, I think I'm heading towards that 170 maybe. Well, that's up in the air. Is someone under it? Oh no, had 2 or 3 grabs at it, couldn't quite reel it in. That's unfortunate, Piakura. Oh, you can see the disappointment on her face. She knows the opportunity that was. Slightly misjudged shot there from Andrew, and is that the chance? Might have just let Cook Islands back in this game.
Not a lot of nervous fans probably in the village of Epi, where Andrew comes from.
Samira Ikuya fields that one. Oh, there's nothing worse though. A lot of time to think about, a lot of time to see it. But it's just quite gusty here, and never really looked like she clocked it on. Playing a miss to end the 16th over, 6 off it, and a chance gone down, 137 for 1.
Could have been their chance to open up an end and see the back of Andrew.
Have a look at the trees there, the tops of the trees. Get a good sense of how breezy it is getting, and talk about Eden Park being rained on at the moment, Pete. It's maybe a 20, 30-minute drive from here, and that's where the weather generally comes from. So I wonder if that's playing into Andrew's mind as well, as if it is a shortened game, I need to get my team as many runs as possible. Katie Perkins booted Machi Workman off his chair.
Ka aloha.
Joined us again.
I was having too much fun, so wanted to come back.
That's a good delivery. Just the one, but it's accurate. Sophia Samuels continuing her good work. Katie, what's your total pick?
168.
I see you copied me in, didn't you?
Oh, what did you say?
170, but that's all right.
Oh,
You went edgy.
yeah.
Yep. Driven well through the covers. There's no deep protection, but fielder should cut that off, be able to get it back in. It's a good pick up there, Esther Williams.
There's the difference between the men's and the women's game. With in the men's game, you can have 5 out. Women's game, only 4 protecting the boundary at this stage of the game. So there's always going to be an area of the field that's more vacant and going to be able to be hit for more runs. And Andrew's been doing well to actually find that.
Is that a slight edge? It just sounded like it was a bit woody. Good throw from the keeper there, just in case the batter hadn't quite made her ground. Sonia Vaya. Just like it deviated downwards, but still there. Rachel Andrew. She's on 80 of 53, 150 strike rate.
In my time away and coming back, just to see Navaika now on 40 off 34, well above a runner ball, just tells me that she's had a really good last 4 to 5 overs herself. And I think, yeah, someone was saying that just the ability to tick over the strike constantly between these two has made this a really impressive partnership.
Yeah, it's played nicely. Coming into the tournament, they were Rachel Andrew's top run scorer. She certainly stretched the gap there. Be hard to chase her down, for sure.
Interesting to see whether this long innings affects her. She has opened the bowling as well for Vanuatu, so we'll have to wait and see whether she does that after batting for such a long time.
Well, that's well bowled, Sophia Samuels. A little bit wider on the crease, I think, there, and just angled in towards the bottom of that middle stump. That's smart bowling.
Yep, right up in the block hole. Good bowling here from Sophia Samuels. And a Cornwall Cricket Club player as well, so I'll claim that.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Don't something a toy toy. I think we'd win.
True. Hoia no. Sophia finishing that over really well, nice and tidy. Which keeps now Navaika on strike for the new over.
Villa continues. Just haven't really, other than the one dropped catch a couple of overs ago, Pia couldn't hang on. Taken too many risks, and it's probably been a little mixture of some good stroke making, a couple of misfields, and just a good partnership, good communication.
Yeah, I
obviously setting
can't
targets.
remember many missed opportunities in the field. Like you say, like the one drop catch, but everything else, like pretty low risk cricket, just quality batting on the whole.
It's a wide there.
One thing Cook Island's probably been a little bit guilty of is being hit on both sides of the wicket. It's always difficult when you've got restrictions on where you can put your fielders if you're having to defend both the offside and leg side boundaries. So.
Well, that's smacked away as well. Hoisted over the mid-wicket fielder and out to the boundary. Rachel Aora has a bit of work to do down there.
Yeah, Pete, picking up on your point, the field settings all day have been like leg side dominant in terms of the boundary sweepers and a long off. So suggesting that the plan is to bowl straight to attack the stumps, but we've also seen a number of shots cut through the offside and cashing in for additional fours.
And that might be one there. Reverse commentator's curse, Katie.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the full toss there as well, so it's been called no ball. And so Andrew has a chance to have a free hit here.
Yeah, Patunga Utukore, shot of no influence coming up, so, well, no consequence, I should say, sorry.
Bet it's got influence.
It will have influence, but it also means that Andrew has now made her highest score ever for Vanuatu in T20 internationals, surpassing previous best of 87.
Oh, yeah. I have to bowl that again, actually. Yeah.
Another free hit.
I know I was useless at hitting the free hits. My eyes lit up all day long, but I think Andrew's much better than me, a better player than me, so she'll smack it like that.
That's a great shot. Ooh, bit of a slide tackle. Good result in the end. And just to haul it in, limit the damage. Just a couple.
Into the 90s for Andrew. Now, is there such a thing as the nervous 90s for her? We'll soon find out, but I just hope she continues batting with the same intent that she has been.
Avaika just working that into the onside. Just feels very easy for these two, doesn't it? They've obviously had a massive partnership since we way into the power play. First wicket lost at 17.
Massive partnership.
It's been very comfortable. Neither batter really struggling to get bat on ball. Cook Islands have struggled to create chances.
Driven again. It's going to be a tight one, but good running in the end. These two have obviously forged a good understanding through this partnership and many others. And I'm sure they'll have some good future ones. And that isn't quite the end of the 17th over. There's been a couple of extras woven in there.
10 roa, 10 egg. Paepa. Long over. Dot to finish.
End of 18, 156 for 1. And 2 overs to go. Here's the Manhattan. It's a pretty big city, that one. It's a fairly good concentration of buildings. And really, other than the first over where there were a couple, the third over where that wicket was lost at the score of 17, it's been some good property development since then.
It's more Tamaki Makaurau than Rarotonga, isn't it?
Yeah, than a Aorangi.
Okay. My prediction is going to be way too low, looking at where they're at with another 12 balls to go. Pete, what was your prediction?
Yeah, about this, what they're at now. 12 balls left, I'd be wanting at least 16 off 12. So what does that take them up to? 172? So that's a minimum for me.
That's a good shot. Good fielding. Good cricket all round.
Question will just be whether Andrew slows down getting to the 100. So, you know, will she be a bit more circumspect? There's only 11 balls left. She needs to kind of put her own personal things aside here and make sure she's still aggressive for the team.
That suggests that she's... Oh, wow. Bit of football skills again in the deep. Yes, strong shot into the gap to provide 2. Thought it might have been going for 4 given the footwork that was done out there, but Andrew now up to 93, getting Tino Tata to a big milestone.
Oh, steps inside it nicely. That's a shot of confidence there. Yeah, and for me, good point, Pete, about how Andrew approaches the innings from here and how many balls she faces as well, where 4 balls are. You'd have to think Vanuatu back themselves to defend anything they get from here.
Going to expect that one of them, if not both, can pick up a milestone as well, with Navaika now not too far away from her own half-century.
Oh, race is on.
We've got, is it 8 balls left? So probably only going to get 4 each.
Oh.
Balls each.
Use them well. Yeah, that's a good single.
Well, ability for Andrew to do it in one shot if she so chooses. Just trying to figure out exactly which way the wind's coming.
Yeah, just can't do it from this end, so she'll probably have to wait for the next over and hit with the breeze.
Cracking shot.
That's a good shot.
You can hear it in the effects mic. Pushing hard for 2. That tells me that she's a team player. She's not sacrificing, or she's decided, I don't need to face the strike. I trust you, Navaika, to keep hitting it as much as I am. She could have just gone for the 1, given herself the opportunity to face up first ball of the next over. So, no, awesome teamwork from Andrew there.
Messages going out, potentially telling the batter how many on. This is when you start to wonder, does the 12th then know the score? Has she got it right?
Is there
there should be a scoreboard up there, but maybe...
It's only got the team totals as opposed to the individuals. Oh, the individuals on the far side, it is on there. So she does know that she's on 96.
Pressure on the person running the scoreboard to stay up to date. Navaika just works into the onside, takes her score to 46.
The Vanuatu sideline are all on their feet here. They're wanting to see the milestone achieved, as we all do, to be fair. It would be well deserved.
Well, that's hit straight. Is that it? Right over the top of the bowler. What a way to bring up your very, very first international 100. And look at the passion, look at the joy on her face. Her team members are going ballistic, and well they should. What an innings. Rachel Andrew, take a bow.
Outstanding shot to bring up a ton. We heard earlier that hitting straight was Andrew's strength, and she just personified it right there to bring up a ton. What a moment. And the perfect shot for the highlight reel.
Yeah, the only player in this tournament ranked in the top 100 ICC batting rankings. Wonderful performance from her.
And she leaves her wide. She's in control of her game.
Oh, that's very composed.
I suspect maybe she's trying to get Navaika on strike to see if she can't nudge into her personal milestone of getting 50.
Maitika.
Yeah, just jogging through for a single. She can... Let's see what happens. No, get back there. You've got something to do as well.
I love that.
That's good.
That previous shot brought up the 150 partnership as well, so it's been a tremendous effort from these two. They've got a very, very good score for Vanuatu. Chance for them to finish this round robin on a high.
That's going to be a wide. I think we've got a contender for the action personnel moment of the match. It's going to be hard to beat this one. Here it is. Look at that shot. Any international cricketer in the world, men or women, will be proud of that shot. Beautiful batting, Rachel Andrew.
This last sort of phase of her innings, Rachel Andrews become one of my favourite players, easily.
What's your reaction here? Oh, this is live. Her reaction after she got it was pure joy. So good to see. And Navaika, she's on 47. 2 balls to go. It's a very happy Vanuatu camp. Oof.
Cracking shot.
Okay, well, I might go have some throwdowns with her later. Teach me to play nicely through the offside. That's a beautiful shot. I've said that how many times today off the bat of Rachel Andrew.
The timing is just immaculate. And what we know is a slowing wicket. Like, to be fair, she has been out there a while, but the composure she's showing throughout the innings, I've only seen a couple of times where it looked like she maybe tried to muscle it. Otherwise, it's been pure class, pure timing, and great footwork.
She's just apologised to her partner for not giving her a chance to get a 50.
Run off for wide, maybe? No, that won't happen. Swung away out to the deep, and that over, I've got to be honest, personifies this innings. There's a bit of everything. There's boundaries, there's singles. Most of all, there's an amazing partnership with an amazing batter there. Rachel Andrew, she'll finish 106 not out of just 69 deliveries, but don't forget about Navaika. No, he's even Navaika at the other end. What a good partnership. Just sit back and look at this batting. As I said, Katie, you and I be pretty pleased with some of these shots.
Oh, please.
And Navaika also been really, really good contributor today.
It's the ability to hit all around the ground and punish anything slightly over pitched and anything slightly short. Being able to play both sides of the wicket. Yeah, it's a class innings from a class batter.
And Rachel Andrew, 12 fours. Navaika, she chipped in with 4 boundaries. And Langiatu as well with 2. She had 11.
Nice touch there. Is the Kaipatu, my goodness, been a long inning, walking off and just could go out only giving them a bit of a clap, acknowledging how good that partnership was.
Yeah, absolutely. And Vanuatu setting up a little bit of a guard of honour here for Rachel Andrew and Naizet Navaika. What a moment for Vanuatu cricket. Well, she'll definitely need a drink of water. She's got to turn around, come back out and field in 15 minutes or so.
No mai hoki mai anō ki Pakuranga Tāmaki Makaurau. Welcome back to Lloyd Ellsmore Park in Pakuranga Tāmaki Makaurau. 177 for 1 in 20 overs, and potentially and probably the moment of the match there. That's Rachel Andrews scoring that unbeaten century, and man, that has to be the innings of the tournament. Katie.
It was special to watch and special to be able to be part of a commentary team commentating it, talking through it, because despite that one outside edge sort of went high and got dropped, she was pretty chanceless. And yeah, I was glad she was dropped, to be honest, because I wanted to see her get that deserved ton.
So of course, and for the Cook Islands, opening the batting, Zamira Ikiua and Mami Elikana, or Lopa, as she prefers to be called amongst her friends, her whānau as well. Massive task there too. I guess is it a matter of, look, let's have a crack at this, let's go out and win? Of course, you always want to go out and win, or is it about hoping for the best there, Matu?
Yeah, kia ora kōrua. Look, I don't think there's anything really to lose here for the Cook Islands. You know, they really have come to this tournament to develop and to grow their depth. So I think any opportunity, I'll just give it a crack.
Umpire Tanu Vasa there at the road end of the ground signals to the scorers and to the players as well that we're about to get underway.
With Captain Selena Solman taking the first ball for Vanuatu, maybe giving her star batter a bit of a rest. On the money, wicket to wicket straight away, knocking it into leg side for a dot.
We know a lot of the innings is going to rely on Ikiua here. Very, very powerful batter. Saw it on display yesterday. She's going to need to be at her best here and bat for a long time. Bat long for the Cook Islands here.
Just knocked into the leg side. Yeah, really cautious about whether there was a run there, but rightly so, got through for the single. I do like the way that Ikiua sets up, like a nice big strong back lift. That tells me already that she's got an intent that she wants to hit the ball hard, and then if it's not quite there, can work it around.
A wonderful balance too in that shot there, playing off the legs, off the hip.
Oh, straight through. Ropavilla for a golden duck.
What do you say? It was wonderfully bowled there by Solman. That's what you want from your senior bowlers. On a nice length. That clipped off of middle stump as well.
Yeah, no footwork there. No footwork there. That front foot really staying wide of leg stump there. Should have probably come forward a wee bit there to meet the ball. Instead, sort of plays a little bit back to a ball that she should have gone forward to. And that's straight through.
Unfortunately, a familiar feeling amongst many that have played cricket, and the one that you hope doesn't come true, a golden duck.
I was lost for words. I just felt for Karoha.
Yeah, and they've removed the danger batter. Samira Ikiua. On a Mamieli Kala, my sincere apologies, really getting into this game so much so.
Yeah, 20 and 21 together now. The captain in Te Tiara, or Te Tiare Mataora. Got a job to do here. Two experienced batters at the crease now.
Captain Kanohi, Kita Kanohi with the other captain here. So, yeah, massive job. Knowing that maybe your batting lineup is on paper not as strong as your opposition, then chasing down 178 is a daunting task. And it's like, well, you know what, maybe we're not going to be batting. We might not get the target, but we're going to bat here and occupy the crease as long as possible and give us the best chance possible to spend time at the wicket and learn a lot.
Yeah, I think Pete sort of touched on it before. It's quite a few games in a row here for the Cook Islands over the last sort of 3 days. So any opportunity here for them to learn anything and take anything away from this match, it's something they're going to have to really look out for here.
Great start here from Solman, bowling hard into the wicket, making it hard. And just a little bit fuller that time, so able to knock it into the offside, again for a single.
Yeah, wonderful shot there, out into the offside there. She felt a lot better after that, getting off the mark there. Te Tiare Mataora, Tikana Rai ki te Rai. Two of the captains going butting heads, essentially, metaphorically, and Mataora getting through that, negotiating that for a single.
Last ball of the first over. Just Ikiua deciding to let that one go, wondering, oh, maybe it would be a wide, but no. Kumutu, Tera Paepa, so 2 runs off it, loss of 1 wicket after 1.
Yeah, that was just beautiful bowling from Solman. Kept it simple. Bowled a good line and length, as we're taught as kids when we grow up to play cricket. Line and length. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you bowl. But always find the right line and length.
Yeah, they've been one of the more consistent bowling outfits of this tournament. Restricting Aotearoa Māori Wahine to 91. And then again, restricting a team yesterday into their 90s as well. So They do know how to field well. Very good tight bowling unit as well.
And Vanessa Vera into the bowling attack now. Love the strategy. Bring in the off spin. Take the pace off the ball. Just like that. Dot ball to start. Wicket to wicket.
Definitely a common thing we talked about today is taking that pace off the ball, make the batter work a lot harder for their runs today. And
just knocked into the offside. And the challenge here for the kaipatu, for the batters, is to really understand how low this wicket may be starting to get. We saw it in the first innings, but it was really well negotiated by Andrew in particular. And yeah, with the lack of pace, the ball's just not going to come through maybe at the height and at the pace you'd expect.
Great to see some supporters here for the Cook Islands as well on the sideline. A few flags waving proudly down there. And
Rocked out again. Disciplined performance here, wicket to wicket from Vera.
good to see some Auckland Cook Island Rugby League shirts out here as well. So the community getting down to support their team here.
speaking of the Cook Island community, one of your friends had a bit of a gift for us to eat. Unfortunately, Rebecca and Pete weren't here to enjoy them.
Yeah, that's right. Delicious too.
Love a good old panikeke.
Another dot. That makes Paepa Omakore maiden over. Great work by Vanessa Vera.
Ka pai koe. She's been listening and the te reo lessons we've been having whilst you guys have been commentating. So far, just the one student.
Yeah, engari te akonga Paerawatu, the best student.
Ah, tāpe, tēnā koe kōrua.
I think the scorer here, Chris, wants to join in. Get in line behind others. Enrolments are... No, we're not.
Yep. Okay, tōku kaiako.
Just shaking his head because he missed the cut-off date for enrolments.
And back into the action. Just knocked behind point. Good chase by Vanuatu. Keep it to 2. And
Yes.
Kiua looking to maybe get her innings a bit more underway here.
Nathan Navaika there, excellent fielding. Getting around close to the boundary there and working in tandem. I just love that with fielders. So, you know, at a club level, you let your person go and chase the ball. But at an international level, though, you need more than one person to chase hard.
Well, sort of a similar shot, but maybe less pace on the ball, a little bit tighter line.
Yes, Navaika fielding that again. The ball seems to be following her.
Solomon keeping herself on after a success of her first over, which absolutely, and again, usually we'd be seeing Rachel Andrew open up the bowling, but after a ton, I think fair enough, have a rest, mate, and we'll bring you back in a bit later.
She's done well to actually be on the field, really, at this point, hasn't she? She's batted a lot of today.
Yeah, wicket to wicket. Great bowling from Solomon, leading from the front. Can't ask for much more than what she's delivering.
It's on that nice length too. Not too full where it can be driven. In kia rangirua te kaipatu.
Pushing back into the back foot and bit of a back foot drive to point. Again, no run. Again with the wicket maybe slowing up, not much pace to work with. So although Solomon bowls a heavy ball, it's hard with the ball not really kissing on to generate great pace through the shot. Just a bit of a nothing shot there, just noodling it outside the off.
Yeah, just smart bowling there from Vanuatu, knowing that if they get anything on middle and leg, it's likely to go. So keeping it outside that off stump just really allows them to stay in control. The Kiua sort of fending away, not getting any balance through the shot there.
And last ball, another dot. Again, only 2 off it, that over. And currently just 4 for 1 after 3 overs. And interesting, like, had she connected, I was looking out there, and they've got the cow corner out, so they've got a fielder in place for that release shot. That sort of, I guess.
They've also got the
yeah, I was more worried about the ute, the utility vehicle out the back there.
You've got the ute right there on the cow corner there in the orange vest. Actually, he's on 2 fields as well, perhaps deliberately placed there for any of the big shots that are coming from both pitches as well.
Just knocked out first ball of the over into the covers again, no run.
Yeah, they're starting to feel that pressure, aren't they now? Strike rate of 11 for Te Tiare Mataora.
Vanessa Vita back into the attack.
Oh. Just, again, no pace for the ball even to really run away here. So the options here really maybe to sweep, try and create the pace that way, or use your feet, come down, knock it over. Well, we've got all the offside up. Yeah, that's good intent. And good pressure.
Good running too.
Nice little counter-attack.
Yeah. Used your feet nicely there. Just punched it down the line, of course. Always nerve-wracking too. You can always tell that a batter earlier on in their innings is slightly nervous, just shaky a little bit with the fact they don't move their feet, but she'll draw on a bit of confidence after that.
We've all been there though, haven't we? You know, early in your innings, you're not really able to get those feet moving. It's a different ball game altogether when you're playing your 5th game in a row in 3 days.
And then that happens, you think, oh yeah, I may have got this one away, and you just keep finding fielders. So the frustration will build. Last ball of the over again. Vanuatu really hustling through their overs here with the number of dots. Shot, heaved out to mid-wicket, cow corner. Football skills to stop it.
Excellent fielding, yeah. Leimani Chilia out there on the boundary. Just dropped it in short. Played her favourite pull shot there, and just look at the footwork. FIFA, where are you? Call out. We've got a former FIFA rep here, or all-white football ferns person here anyway. Would love that. 7 for 1, 4 overs gone. Rebecca Rolls and Pete McGlashan will join Katie Perkins.
As I started to walk away, no, I'm still here. But yeah, great hustle through the overs here by Vanuatu. And sort of blink and Kukuarani, like, where are these overs going? We're sort of falling further and further behind here. Required run rate over 10s. Daunting prospect, but I hope as we all do that, we'll just see some real good fight from them. They won't die wondering. Just knocked out into the leg side again. Just way to start the over. So good to see runs, well, slowly starting to accumulate. We hope this this continues here with Vicky Manseli, now the bowler for Vanuatu.
Yeah, Manseli was very good yesterday against Samoa.
Yeah, really tight. Good lines here, nice and early. Straight into her work.
Yeah, Cook Island seem to be having a little bit of a think about their intent here. Talked about the run rate required at nearly 11 now, Katie. Current run rate 1.8. EQI has the skills to be able to do things like that.
Great fielding though, great stop. Just cutting it down to just a single.
Alvina Kilia there. But that's exactly what Ikuea needs to be doing a lot more of. Don't forget these run rate. Net run rate can be important as well.
Oh, yeah, well tickled around the corner. Should be at least 2. Turn and run on the throw. Oh, unlucky. Maybe just a little bit slow on the turn. Able to keep it to 1. So good hustle by the Vanuatu fielders.
It's a leg by the look of it.
Oh.
Just waiting on the scorers to acknowledge that one. So
Leg by, so no run off the bat, but hey, still a run. Tino Tata, that was close to those stumps. This is going to be a bite. Missed everything. Able to scamper through for a couple of runs. This is a bit action-packed, this over so far.
Well, it's good. That's exactly what cookies need to be doing. You've got to take runs however you can get them. Helpful when you get a couple of extras and add to your balls tally as well as your runs tally. Start to get that run rate up and over where it needs to be.
And just exactly what you see when there's a little bit of shift in intent. Things start to happen. Yep, strong shot down the ground. Going to be just the one. But again, valuable single to finish the over. So making it
13 for 1 off 5.
Thanks. I was counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, off the over. But only 3 go to the bowler, which is getting really confusing for me.
A couple of updates from other games as well. Papua New Guinea need 19 off a lot of balls. Fiji all out for 44. And then Samoa needing 61 off 18 overs to win against Aotearoa Māori.
You got that around the right way,
No,
Roger?
I haven't. I think I know how to read a cricket score by now, wouldn't you? Sorry. Aotearoa Māori 14 without loss, chasing 75.
I'm having a negative influence on you, Rosie. Maybe.
We both need to go to Specsavers.
All right. Navaika off her great batting performance earlier, now in with the ball. Swung out to the leg side. Not going to be able to catch up with it for a catch, but yeah, well kept in the rope. And only the single.
Lemani Chilia, some good skills showing out there.
This is going to be one of the things for Kukairani to really consider going forward. It might be a learning that how do we make these ones that we're getting quite comfortably, turn them into 2s going forward. Just will ensure that they're more competitive more often than not in these high-scoring matches.
You know, obviously just one down in the power play. That's good from Kukairani's perspective. He's got plenty in the shed, but just the runs need to, a bit of an injection.
Good strong shot. Again, ball staying a bit low, but really well navigated by Mataora. Just unfortunate not to be able to split that offside wall.
It's hard to get it through there. Staggered nicely that offside field.
Yeah, good use of feet. Love the intent. Knocked again into the leg side. Fielding done by deep mid-wicket. An easy one.
Plenty of energy
Yeah,
out there.
you can hear a lot of talk coming from the wicketkeeper. Keeping your girls up. That must have come off something.
Yeah,
No
that
wide given.
seemed pretty excited. I think he might have just brushed the glove as it went down, but the keeper wasn't able to take it cleanly. It was a difficult one down the leg side.
As the keeper points to sort of where it's hit her, like in the thigh.
It's never keeper's fault, believe me.
Chopped out to point. Again, no run. That closes out the over. The Manhattan tells the story already. Vanuatu had some big overs early on in the power play. However, for Kukairani, the most lucrative over was the 5th over, with just 6 coming from it. So to be able to have any chance of winning this game going forward, Kukairani obviously will need to be getting that black worm that you can see on the screen going towards Rangituhaha, towards the heavens at a quick rate.
Wind just picking up a little bit more. That rain, I've got to say, feeling a little bit closer. Temperatures drop significantly.
Mansell comes in for her second over, I believe. You can just feel the temperatures just dropped a little bit. The key thing here, regardless at this point, there will be a result in this match given that we're past 6 overs. think it's 5 that constitutes the match.
There's been a few of those this summer.
Yeah, well, thank goodness it wasn't as crazy wet this summer as it was the one previous, but yeah, there has definitely been rain around again this summer. Yeah, and swatted away out to deep fine leg. So if the rain did start to pour down and we had to just walk off the field about now, Kukiairani would need to be, I think it's about 46 runs at this point in the match, which obviously they're not close to that at the moment.
That's actually a really good point, Katie, because it's much easier to get a lot of runs off 5 overs than 20.
Yeah.
So let's just think about a world where Ikuea and Mataora just went for it. They might even get to that score.
Yeah, absolutely. Push it through. Yeah, good running, good running. Good direct hit though as well. It's just an awareness that they need to keep pushing runs regardless. Oh, another bye potentially. Don't know if that came off the bat.
Yeah, another bye. Papua New Guinea, Fiji is all over already. Papua New Guinea 45 for 1. Securing that victory in just the 6th over, so that'll be explosive for their run rate.
Should see them safely into that final on Sunday.
Worked into the leg side, no run. The sort of the fine leg backward square fielder inside the ring. They're really well set exactly for that. To finish out the over, smart bowling, just bowled it tightly into the legs. The feeling that, oh yeah, I can nip this round the corner for 1, but no, fielder's right there. And after 7 overs, Kukiairani are 18 for 1.
Yeah, Solomon, captain for Vanuatu, she must be pretty happy with the start. I think now she's sort of getting to the point where she can actually start squeezing a bit more. You know, she'll want to get the best result possible for her team and their net run rate, and that means getting wickets.
Yeah, and that would be the thing if Mataora and Ikiwa thought, okay, well, to give ourselves the best chance, if the rain does come along, we need to up our runs as quick as possible. It obviously brings in more risk, and then the potential of wickets. It's a real cat and mouse game at this point.
Navaika might be the one to get that wicket.
And now outside of the power play, obviously we can have 4 out of the inner ring, which they're setting up currently. We've got a long on, a cow corner, deep mid wicket, and it looks like a cover fielder who's sort of sitting at about 3rd way towards the boundary. Oh, yeah, 3/4 of the way to the boundary. Thought about it, hustled through for the single and made it home comfortably. So straight away that just tells me a little bit of more confidence, earlier intent with the running. There could be a lot more for them out there.
Yeah, almost a reluctant dab down to 3rd man there as the ball bounced and turned back at her. Good awareness from the non-striker to sneak through for a single.
Akio on strike now, 9 off 21. Solid shot down the ground. Will just be the one. Again, Kukiairani not pushing hard between the wickets, so it's generally only going to be one when it's going out to the sweeper, regardless of whether there might be a misfield or not. But Navaika doing a tidy job, is bowling wicket to wicket.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by her action, first of all, but also her control and pace. She actually gets it through fairly good pace, which usually means she can then have a good set of off-pace variations. And that looked like one there, and maybe a stumping. Keeper looks excited, but maybe now accepting that it wasn't out.
High were well unmoved. Umpire saying no, not out. Foot well and truly still behind the crease, as we can see here. Oh, sharp work though. Very sharp work.
That's a good piece of keeping.
But again, I'm encouraged by seeing the arms starting to go a bit more big swings here, because both these batters are very strong, very capable. Just want to see them really apply it. Just like that, down the ground, again to the long on fielder, tidily picked up by Mansale.
Yeah, they've obviously done their homework here. They know Ikuia's strong down the ground. So put Mansale, he's one of their better fielders down there to keep that in check.
Straight up into the air, and that's out. Caught an extra cover. Unfortunately for Ikiua, that's the end of her stay at the crease.
Yeah, just a leading edge, looking to play it through the leg side, but that face turned on her. Fairly comfortable catch, looped up to cover. It's good reward for Navoka. She's been good so far. And you do get the sense, like you mentioned, Rebecca, that the field that Vanuatu have set has kind of negated the options that Cook Islands have, and created the demise there where the player was looking to possibly hit into an area which was already well defended. So second wicket falls.
Yeah, and their key batter too is Amira Ikuia, who's been so good for them so far. I sort of had the feeling if she went, there might be a chance, even if it's a rain-reduced match. But she's unable to add to her score. Goes for 10 after 8 overs, 21 for 2.
Kate Panonio with Machu Workman 9-8, and Eddie's coming into the box as well.
Yes, of course, the new batter coming to the crease, Sonia Vaya. She's got 12 overs to play with. Not 12 hours, no, that's more like a test match. But 12 overs to play with, why not have a go?
Well, it might feel like 12 hours after the number of games have played across the week. But Te Tiare Mataora on strike. First ball of the 9th over. Yeah, nice ball, swinging away.
Yeah, Rachel Andrews there, charging in. You almost feel like it's her day. You know when it's your day, your day.
Yeah, you're waiting for her to get 3 or 4 wickets today as well, just to really fill the bag.
How good would that story be? The story of the Pacific Cup, a century and 3 or 4 wickets, just to rub salt into the wound.
The way she's playing, it'd almost be a failure for her not to get any wickets today. Another nice ball just there on off stump, guided down to third man.
Here's Carlo with the fielding there.
Mataora takes the run, and it's 22 for 2 balls into the 9th over. Yeah, look at her. She's got her hands on her hips as she walks back to her mark there. You can't blame her. Incredible knock. Vanuatu's highest ever individual T20 score for her earlier this afternoon. Running in with a lot of confidence now. Nice full ball there on off stump. Defended.
Yeah, she's still got a lot of kaha left in her too, I think, for either of us. I would have just said, yep, take the innings off, have a rest, or chuck in the 12th man, and when you feel like coming in and having a bowl, then ka koe te tikanga.
Okay, Aotearoa though, it's her day today. And I think it's fair to say Vanuatu are definitely a better side with her on the pitch. She comes in again.
Lovely shape on that too. Just got the ball to move away from the batter there.
Yep, Sonia Vaya looking to guide that through third man again, but couldn't connect. And
as you can see on the replay there, she just a bit handy swing there.
it's the touch of movement. Yeah.
We want to move the ball and back at school. Oh no, you're a keeper, eh? But like to have a bit of a crack in the nets. And
Well, I became a keeper because my bowling erred massively.
it swung too much, hey? That's what we're gonna claim that. It swung too much.
Thought I'd give the batters a bit of a crack. Let them have a go. Another nice full delivery on middle stump there. Nothing Sonia Vaya can do there other than just defend it back to the bowler. Closing in on the end of the 9th over, and it's only gone for 1 run so far. It's excellent from Andrew.
Yeah, trying to suck the sunshine out of the Cook Islands bowling and batting, and now the sun's gone as well. Just some dark cloud hanging over Lloyd Ellsmore Park, and the beauty is, as well as, you know, we've had rain today, and hopefully it can hold off too. It would be a shame if you crack a century In that case, then, would you actually put on maybe your spinners?
Absolutely. End of the 9th over, 22 for 2 there. I think you do, just to maybe just get through the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get through those overs and don't worry about, don't worry about putting on the pace. And if for whatever reason that run rate slips down below 10, then you'd probably want to employ your... But, an opportunity for Vanuatu, perhaps, knowing too they will play for the third and... Or they may play for the third and fourth, to give some of the younger ones a go. Give them some overs.
Navaika comes into bowl. A great length. Given and stumped. And it's given out. It's a great length from Navaika there. Drew her forward. And a smart piece of work behind the stumps.
Yeah, just took the pace off that. Got Mataora to come forward out of the crease. And some lovely glove work there.
Mataora can't do anything but look down at her bat and say, oh, that's an absolute shame. She walks off the field.
Yeah, Masena Tanimala behind the stumps. Some good glove work. Don't you appreciate that? We've got 3 keepers here. We had a 4th this morning. You always appreciate some good glove work behind the stumps.
You didn't do anything behind the stumps, Edu, but I still think you're a bit of a keeper, mate, to be fair. Rachel Owater coming out to the middle of the crease now.
He's trying to get in my te reo classes. You and Katie have been on my case like that the whole day, the whole tournament.
Have been known to be a bit of a teacher's pet in my time. I'll happily admit that.
If you bring in more of those pankeke from the Cook Islands.
Yeah, the way I'm going, if I have any more of those, I'll start to look like a panikeke with legs and arms at the stage. Anyway, Owater jogging out to bat here. And again, just a great experience for her, opportunity to get some time in the middle. They've had a lot of games back-to-back, so it's a test of fitness, it's a test of mental strength to be able to continue to push on into the 10th over here. She's got 5 balls to face against Navaika, who already has 2 for 5 from her 13 deliveries so far.
Just on this too, I'll talk into the next ball. It's Navaika.
Nice swing across the line there to a bit of a short mid-wicket. No run, though, and it remains 23 for 3.
So if we go wide, so we've got a deep mid-wicket, deep cow, deep long on. And I say this respect as well, so next delivery comes charging in.
Hoiked across the line there. And again, no run there.
But I'll be almost tempted to bring those fielders as close to the circle as possible. And the reason why I say that is realistically, early on in the innings, you're probably not going to clear it that far. Tempt the batter.
Well, as you can see, deep square leg and cow corner there shown on screen. And long on as well. All in play here. Looking for the big shot, which came, but just couldn't quite connect Owater. This is turning out to be a handy over for Navaika. 4 balls gone, just the wicket to show for it. 2 for 5.
Probably maybe bring the slip long on to long off. Move the cow corner a lot more straight. Encourage you to get on the front foot. Look and say, look, try and make it over my head. Got the protection there. Of course, with that natural arc, though, you tend to go towards the cow corner.
That's right. I think Vanuatu know that as well. If they can just keep it outside that offside, more work for Owater to do to have to turn it around the corner. She can only really find that short mid-wicket so far. 1 ball left in the 10th over. Crucial one here for Vanuatu. Oh, just evades short mid-wicket. Bit of work to do in the deep.
Yes, Rachel Andrews here. Man, she can't keep out of the game. Yeah. Cracking 100. And now some excellent fielding there.
That's right, into the over. It's 23 for 3 after 10.
So just current run rate there, of course. Initially from the get-go, Vanuatu just hit their stride, even in the loss of the early wicket. But the Cook Islands, so slow and steady. They always say the turtle beats the rabbit, but in this case, unfortunately, with 20 overs to go, so yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like a fairly disfigured turtle at the moment, doesn't it? Not really much it can do there. Just all they can do is do what they can and try and get close. Just build some confidence. Try and get a few runs, take a few little mini wins from today, perhaps, or even take it into the 20th over. I think that'd be a fairly good recipe for success for the Cook Islands today.
Did well to keep that in, Andrews. Can kind of understand no fatigue would set in, but when adrenaline's going.
Yeah, they're tough ones as a batter as well, aren't they? You know, they're very close to the wide line. Do you risk maybe not getting the wide? And that's what happened there for Aotearoa. Oh, slashed down to third man. They got cover there. And
it's got inside edge on that too. And it's, you know, 9 times out of 10, when you're wafting at it, you're bound to find the wood. And
that's right. Miley's Carlo there doing the clean-up work there, third man. Just the 1 run this over so far. Another short one outside off stump, and Sonia Vaya still can't connect. She's going to have to go for it soon, isn't she? She's going to have to try and access that offside. She's having a little look around the field before getting back to her mark. This is another great over from Andrew here. More dot ball pressure here. Starting to have a few conferences in the middle. Yes, no, sent back. Just dot ball pressure here to, you know, 1 run off the over so far.
I mean, hit the nail on the head too. Dots are just as effective as wickets now on.
Yeah, good length there, and again, all Sonia Vaya can do is just bat it down.
Yeah, she tried to guide that down to third man, and I think for Fire that, you know, go back to the basics and go back, get off strike, get Aotearoa on strike, and just, you know, settle the nerves.
Another play and a miss there from Vaya to end at the 11th over, 24 for 3. Cook Islands.
The South Seas Healthcare Pacific Cup in Tamaki Makaurau Sunday. It is the big dance, and of course in the morning we've got both the 5th and 6th and the 3rd and 4th playoffs. For the big dance happening in the afternoon, 3 o'clock is when we will kick off. In this case, first ball will be bowled. Coverage will begin before 3 o'clock as well, and you can catch it on TVNZ Plus in the Pacific as well. Streaming online on Digicel. And that's one of the beauties as well. If you are in the Tamaki Makaurau area, then definitely come down, bring the chairs, come and find a spot.
So great to see some support on the sidelines as Navaika continues from the pavilion end. It's straight through. Don't know how that's missed the stumps. Not by much anyway. Aotearoa looked to play forward, just did not connect. Looks like there's a bit of an issue here for the wicketkeeper as well. Bit of concern here.
Seems to have hit her in the head, well, not in the head, but
might have been one of those ones where it kind of just stubs the fingers at the end of the glove as well. I've had many of those in my career. But looks like she's fit to carry on. Tell you what, the way that Vanuatu have been playing, you would not want to get pulled off, would you? Here we go. Let's have another look at the replay here.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, right on the end there.
Yeah. Just had the fingertips there, and
yeah, just
kind of battling it. Yeah, it's like it's sort of taken.
I think the technical term there is it's a boink to the finger.
Boink, oh, okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, no hea tēnā kupu te boink.
No Ngāti boink down there.
Well, initially it looked like the finger, but she's got the mask on. The last person I know of, keeper I know of, to wear a mask in the game, international game, was Pete McGlashan, who wore a baseball-style type mask. So perhaps it's a little bit more than the fingers.
It's so difficult as well because there's so much movement going on there from Aotearoa in front of the keeper. A big swing in front of the face, you know, she misses. It's a lot of danger there. And again, Navaika causing all sorts of trouble here for the Cook Islands. 24 for 3, almost midway through the 12th over. Still needing 154 runs to win off just the 52 balls. It's a bit of a tall order. In fact, it's Couldn't be taller, to be fair. As Katie Perkins earlier called it Te Rangi Tūhaha. Into the heavens it goes. So Vaika back at the top of her mark now, ready to go. Oh, wow,
That's gone.
gone.
It is
Yeah,
dismissed.
goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
that's gone.
That's the most docile...
Waiting for your Richie Bernot special there, but
no, not at all.
The
Goodness
Vaika
me,
there.
that's caught me off guard.
standing off stumps, gone for the swing, and eventually, though, when you don't move your feet, there's only two things that can happen.
Oh, where though?
It's either going to miss or it's going to hit those, clip those stumps there too.
Well, it's a repeat of 2 or 3 shots earlier. Just a good length. The ball does just enough from Vaika. Gee, look at that turn. Hits the top of middle and off. That's exactly where you want it as a bowler, and nothing much more could be done there. She has to walk off, and the Cook Islands lose another.
24 for 4. Excellent work there by Vaika. She deserved the wicket.
Absolutely.
She's been bowling superbly, just tying up that end and had her in all sorts of trouble there. But
Te kai patu hau ko Taylor Maika, the new batter. Again, Vaika, though, with figures of 3 for 6 from her 3.3. It's really keeping the Cook Islands in a bind here as they look to try and break through the shackles here. But this is a really important learning experience for them against a very, very bruised Vanuatu side.
oh, it was bound to happen. You know, first loss, second loss. Of course, you want to rectify that, and I think Vanuatu have done that really well. But unfortunately, though, it's not enough to get to the big dance. Those 2 crucial losses. It's Vaika, top of her mark.
Yeah,
Gets
well
it onto,
played.
yeah, gets it onto Maika, played into the side, and that's the key thing, is get your feet moving. And
Well, there are a lot of players, of course, who've come from Vanuatu. Villages of Epi, Mele, Futuna, Tana, Erakor, Ambrim, Mumbai as well. Lovely shot. Oh, just over the top of Andrew there. Hands on her knees. She knew that was an opportunity. But Maika survives, but only just. We see a replay here.
puts it in, yeah, short, picked it up on side, just misses the fielder.
Malekula also represented here within the Vanuatu side. So again, a big alo ugata to the villagers from Vanuatu tuning in today.
Just a hint of drizzle falling down here at Lloyd Ellsmore. Hopefully they can get through these overs, and you'd imagine too they'll be ahead of them in run rate right about now, so they won't be too concerned about that. But when you score big, you want to win it the right way.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, well played. And just to say, Duckworth Lewis is a solid 74 runs behind that. So I think it's fair to say Vanuatu more than marginally ahead. End of the 12th over. That's 25 for the loss of 4. I'm going to have a change of commentary now. Becca Rolls, Katie Perkins, and Pete McGlashan.
Kia ora e hoa, thank you. Matu and Eru. 12 overs in, 25 for 4. And the rain threatening, you'd have to say. It's not convincing so far, but lingering all the same. And relatively new partnership here with Vaia and Maika after a couple of quickish wickets. And obviously that equation there, 153 off 48, requires fairly superhuman effort. And Andrew, star of the batting. She has ball in hand now, and what can she do? I'd be surprised if snatches a couple. Been very, very economical so far, putting some dot ball pressure on.
One of those days when you're hot, so you want the ball in your hand, you want to feel good and grab a couple of wickets for your team as well.
And wide there. She concedes her 3rd run in her 3rd over.
Yeah, handy bowler. And we saw earlier in the day only a couple of wides coming from her when I think the ball just was getting a little bit slippery with the rain. So potentially again with this drizzle coming down, it's a little bit harder to control.
It's a strong shot, and it's through the infield. And this outfield has slowed up a little bit, though. I think it will allow it to be pulled in.
Yeah, good chase there from Langiatu out to the boundary. And the moisture on the surface definitely held that up. It was well struck. And it looked, for all accounts, it was going to race away. But in those last 15, 20 yards, it definitely slowed up.
Yeah, I feel like 45 minutes ago it would have raced through. Andrew continues. It's wide again. Though I'm not sure it was the other side of the white line. Must have been one of those line calls. It was certainly left by Micah. He thought it was wide. I think with the angle of the arm, she got close to the umpire and then slings it out.
It was the slinginess of it that it looked like for all money it was going to be wide, but sort of appeared to then hold inside that line, but umpire called it straight away.
Looking for a single in there, but won't get it, Micah. Really, it's been a good display so far from Vanuatu bowling unit. Navaika in particular, 3 for 7 off 4. It's pretty tough to get runs off that. Mansale, none for 4 off her 2. And Andrew here, she's done, about to add another run or 2 that she's conceded, but still very, very good economy rate.
Yeah, Langiatu being kept busy there in that sort of wide mid-off area. So just good to see when there is a bit of width on offer, the hands are going through the ball with a bit of power. We just need to see more of it.
It's a good delivery. No run. And Solomon, the other successful bowler, 1 for 4 off her 2. Her economy rate's 2. Vera, none for 3 off her 2. Economy rate of 1.5. So just doing such a good job to back up what was an amazing innings for their batting side, but in particular Rachel Andrew. A swing and a miss to end the 13th over. 31 for 4 the Cook Islands.
You're just unable to get bat on ball with that one. And just here through the effects mic, a little bit of rain on the umbrella covering the camera. It's quite gloomy here. There's still a bit of a breeze, and that's probably the only thing from stopping this weather settling in. One of the games over already, and in the Aotearoa Samoa game, chasing 74, Aotearoa Māori already 65 for 3, I think, at the moment, so not too far away from victory over on the far field.
Vera with the ball again. And that swung strongly out into the leg side, but a good field placement there means it should only just be the single.
Yeah, Vera just dropped that a bit short. First delivery of the over, but has the protection out there, so as long as her line is okay, she's going to be well protected.
Scamper through for another one there. This is good from Cookies, bit more energy.
Potentially went with the wrong end there, like sort of the golden rule usually just be to go to the closest end. But scampered through.
You can hear that rain coming through now. Doesn't seem to deter the players, probably don't mind it cooling down a little bit. Well, that swung away too. Again, it's out to deep mid wicket where Melissa Carlo is doing a lot of work. Doing it well. And Vera. Again, nothing to worry about for her. She's not getting taken to. She's got good protection out on the leg side, which is where Micah seems to want to hit. But again, can only really work singles.
Talked about yesterday the energy of Samoa. They just grabbed another Aotearoa wicket on the far side of the field, and I could hear them celebrating from all the way on the opposite side. over here in the pavilion. So great energy from the Samoan girls on the other field.
Well, it looks like it's close. It's got a peel and it's out, and rightly so. That was very adjacent. And looks like Cook Islands have lost their 5th wicket. Vaya there, probably caught in two minds, a little bit stuck on the crease. And in the end, not really a definitive or a convincing shot to offer, just trying to keep it out, and a good decision.
Yeah, look, that looked good. I was giving it out as well. So glad to see me and the umpire on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I can't say it happens to me too much, but I'd agree with that one. That's good bowling change too. Veta coming back, and as we'd said earlier, Katie, it's creating a lot of pressure, just getting the singles. Cook Islands needing a lot of not many. It means they have to take some risks, but even that wasn't that risky. She still wasn't really trying to show any intent.
Yeah, caught in two minds, knowing that need to be scoring runs, but maybe I need to be occupying the crease.
Sophia Samuels, opening bowler. They can usually give it a whack.
Yeah, she can hit the ball hard, and I just hope that she does bring another level of intent and then works well with Micah to just get the running between the wickets, even if that's the focus for the rest of the innings. One thing to improve on, let's get our running between the wickets going this last stanza of the innings.
Mansali continues, good play and a miss, good bowling. Again, Vanuatu can afford to have an attacking field. They can afford just keep putting pressure on. Some more aggressive shot out into the covers. Still just a single.
There's a favouring from Micah to go off the back foot. That ball was quite full, and usually you'd see someone well, it's more of a length to come forward to and punch down the ground, but she wants to hit square, and so she's rocked back to quite a full length. Still created a run out of it.
And they'll have to be bowled again. It's a wide, good take. Though you'd have to say some good wicket keeping from Tony Mala. Yeah, and a good option for the bowler if the batter is stepping back, Katie. Just whip in, maybe a quicker one. Attack the stumps. The last wicket was LBW from exactly that. Just making sure you're still keeping the stumps in play.
Yeah.
It's a good shot.
It's a nice shot. Timed it really well, Pete.
Yeah, hitting good areas. I mean, it's difficult to get much out of this for the Cook Islands team other than some morale for these middle order batsmen who maybe haven't had much of a chance to impress. Vanuatu have been very, very good.
Is this a mix-up? No, sorted in the end.
Game's just going through its paces here. You'll see the weather's coming down. It's definitely cooled off, which is nice, but it's just drizzly rain. Obvious that Cook Island aren't going to get across the line, but
It's strongly hit. That might even run away to the boundary. There's a chase on here. Puchilia, she does rein it in. That rain is probably not doing the Cookies any favours here, and it seems to be getting a little heavier. It's not the rain that you wouldn't start in it, but then you don't stop either when you're already out there.
No, it's really working against Cook Islands at the moment. Like, their value for shot has just disappeared when we've got a couple of batters in there who look really willing to push the runs hard, but now the value for shots disappearing with the slowness of the outfield picking up.
5 overs to go, 138 required, so that's obviously going to be beyond Cook Islands. And you just want them to enjoy this last 5 overs. I think at this stage, there's only a third and fourth. There's no fifth and sixth game, is there? So I think they're destined for a quiet Sunday. Captain Solomon, I think, coming on.
All right,
There is a fifth and sixth.
There is a
play.
fifth and sixth
Chris
as well.
McQuaid has reliably and ever accurately informed me. That's hit strongly as well and timed nicely. Solomon, captain, to the bowling attack.
Yeah, she's been incredibly miserly in the 2 overs and 1 ball. She's bowled so far 1 wicket, only 4 runs, so I'm sure she's keen to try and sneak in an extra couple of wickets here with her last couple of overs.
Well, Katie Perkins has a crystal ball and she's called it.
I'll call that.
She can stop her commentary career right now, drop the mic and walk off.
You're welcome.
Straight through Solomon, straight through Samuels, and that is the 6th wicket for the Cook Islands. Good delivery here, just attacking the stumps. Beautiful. Any bowling coach says that's exactly where I want you to bowl it.
Potentially it's just skidded on a little bit again with this little bit of rain around. It's not getting up, but it's potentially skidding on with a little bit of drizzle on top of the pitch now. So, yeah, just straight through. Samuel's looking to pull it into the leg side, but probably needed a straight bat shot. But, yeah, great work by Solomon, on target, and claims her 2nd wicket for the day.
Yeah, it wasn't to be. We saw it yesterday, didn't we? The bowlers that bowled stumps to stump, as you get into the tail enders, they often get rewarded. Tail end batters tend to have that more horizontal bat plane of the willow as it comes through. Don't present the vertical face of the bat quite as often, and it can often be rewarded. So the final game going, the Aotearoa Samoa game has finished with a comfortable win to the Kiwis. And so this last game on the park today, Cook Island Vanuatu, is very, very one-sided, but still 28 deliveries or 4 wickets, whichever comes first.
Evangeline Ione, the new batter, as I can hear from here, Samoa and Aotearoa Māori singing Kerry Tomlinson a very happy birthday. So that's beautiful sportsmanship from Samoa, who've just been beaten, but they turn around and then celebrate their opposition. That's pretty cool.
Oh, another big shout, and that goes, finger goes up again. Solomon, she's having a successful over, brings herself back. What a bowling change by the captain. And Evangeline has to go this time.
Again, just going straight in at those stumps. Straight and, oh yeah, plumb, taking out the middle stump. Initially out of the hand, I thought maybe drifting down leg, but it's straightened on the surface. And yeah, that would have been careering into middle stump. So another great decision by the Kaiwa. Well, the umpire out there, happy to put the finger up. And now, everyone, we're on, oh no, forgotten the kupu. Epatu Manako.
Marco, ball of hope.
Oh, we. So hat-trick ball.
I've already had one today.
True.
They're in the Aotearoa game.
Molly Drum.
Court, LBW, I've heard, is how that went. So what are we now? We're bold, LBW. I'm calling court and bold.
Court and bold.
Yeah. It's like court behind? No, court and bold.
I'm going to go bold. I think she's been bowling straight.
I'm
Wicket
going
to wicket.
LBW all the way. Piakota's got different ideas though. She'll be facing this delivery. Oh, that was close. It was hunting in to off stump. Thought she was going to go Tahiro Toru.
Well, none of us can claim to be a matakite. But yeah, well blocked out by Piakura. No one wants to be the 3rd wicket in a hat-trick.
No one wants to be any wicket, really.
Tika.
But shaping up here, one of those game-changing overs from Solomon, a double wicket maiden to bring the 16th over to an end. Kuki Airani, 40 for 7.
What an over. A double wicket maiden. That's pretty special. You got to say that's a inspired bowling change by the captain to bring herself on. Pick up 2 wickets. Figures now 3 for 4 off 3 overs. Give herself another bolt. She might equal as many wickets as runs. And Solomon going for the big guns at both ends here, having Andrew into bowl as well.
Well, it's hit strongly, but again, some good fielding here. Been really impressed, Solomon. Not only she made some good bowling changes, but she's been prepared to change her field to adjust to the game. And when a side's not hitting out, Katie, sometimes you can kind of just get comfortable and get complacent and think, oh, well, I'll just see this one out. It's in the air, but nicked. Just be the one. And a couple of things can then happen. Either batter comes out and blasts away, and then you go, whoops, I should have done something earlier. Or you miss the opportunity to win in a more convincing way. Just edged there. My mic up.
Yeah, it's good captaincy to also keep everyone engaged in the game with your fielders, because the ball isn't travelling to many of them so often. So maybe bringing some in, changing the field up at times, it just keeps everyone engaged and on their toes. That was, again, only missed the stumps in between the batter and the stump, so very close to taking the top of leg. Andrew showing she's right on the money, stump to stump at the moment.
Well bowled from Andrew, zoning in at the stumps again. Not giving Pia Kura much space at all.
Pia Kura would just be figuring out, where can I get off the mark here? It'd be nice to get some runs under my belt. Might not going to be winning the game for my team today.
But go though.
Exactly, but to be able to walk off with having contributed to the scoreboard in a positive way will be her goal here.
Yeah, the rain mercifully has eased a little bit. As this game winds to an end. Big task, 19 balls to go. The Cook Islands only need 137. And they're facing some tough bowling right across the bowling unit. It's just been so hard for them to get away. And they're an impressive unit, this Vanuatu side.
Andrew just finishing her spell for the day. Unfortunately unable to pick up any wickets, but she made amends by the fact she made a ton earlier in the batting. So job well done. Only conceded 9 off her 4 overs. So massive shift by Andrew today. And everyone back home in Vanuatu, all her friends and family will be incredibly proud of her efforts.
Absolutely, finishes none for 9 off 4. It's a huge contribution in any win. Back it up with a cheeky 106 not out. Again, playing a miss. Solomon in for her last over, trying to add to her wickets tally of 3.
Solomon just hungry to finish this game off, really. She wants to bowl the team from Kukiairani out. So she's bowled out Andrew. She's keen to bowl herself out now as well. Get a couple of more wickets.
Oh, it's hit in the air. It's a good shot. Good shot. The fielder has got to chase on and a bit of work to do. But does it well. Does Alvina Kilia.
Pia Kura back on strike again. Still sitting scoreless at the moment off her 7. Desperately looking for just a run, just to get off the mark. With the opportunity to bat here at the end of the innings, adding this international experience. Shot.
That's a great shot off the toes.
Quality clip for 4.
And I reckon a bit of instinct in there, Pete.
Just used the extra pace in at her toes and Just turned it round the corner, a little bit of a pirouette.
It's not always easy to catch up with. She's done incredibly well there. And, yeah, well deserved to get the 4. It'll do her the world of confidence.
Three wickets in hand here. That's what Vanuatu are hunting down. How many times have we seen that today? A little bit of shape and just too good for the batters then.
Impressive to see the ball still shaping when we're in the 18th over. We know the ball's going to have suffered a bit of damage from the wet ground and the rain that's been coming down.
That's straight up. Who's got that? Oh, casual as you like. I'll have that. No problem. Leave it to me. It's a very simple catch, and Pia Kura, she's got to go. She had to start going for it. But unfortunately, Solomon's just too hard to get away. It's really, really tight bowling. And she gets her 4th wicket.
Good catch by Navaika at point. Trying to hit the ball back over mid-on, got a leading edge, and it ballooned up. And as mentioned, it was very casual. The wicketkeeper showed interest for a little while, but Navaika strolled in, big smile. More than happy to take that catch.
It's a funny one too, because it's always spinning away from the keeper there, isn't it? And so good on her for leaving it, because that can create some concerning carnage if the communication isn't there. And Taiwala Alikana strides out. Maybe some time for her to add to her career runs.
I wonder what the conversation is. Ashley, those batters have to switch ends, surely. Umpire. This is the new rule, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you've
No
crossed.
crossing.
So is the wrong person currently facing up?
That's a wide.
But it might become a dead ball.
We've just had a walkie-talkie conversation.
Because this is something I have never really seen in my whole time of playing, but because of this rule change, I've heard it happen often. It's happened often this tournament, and I've heard it in other matches around the country this year where people have naturally gone to the end how the rule used to be. But now, if you're the batter, if you get caught out, even if the batter's cross in the middle, it doesn't matter. The new batter has to be on strike. So it's confusing the world of cricket.
Another good save by Chris McQuaid.
Well, Katie Perkins brought it up. Chris McQuaid, always listening to the commentary, pointed it out to the umpire. It's good teamwork.
On through again.
No.
Solomon gets a 5-foot. That's good reward. Good reward. Katie Perkins, it's your fault for sending it to the other end.
It is my fault.
Totally blaming you. And that was an impressive bowling display there from the captain. Solomon 5 for 9. Alikana effectively a golden duck for her. And that is the 9th wicket for the Cook Islands to fall.
Katie Perkins, stickler for the laws. We've got 2 police officers in the commentary box.
Ex-police.
Sure.
Wow. That's a great turn of events for someone to go from bowling a wide to turning that into a wicket. Like, that's a dream day.
The wide never existed.
Yeah, exactly. And now,
Disappears off the map.
so the W of wide turns into W for wicket. What a great day.
So let off for Vanuatu. The wide doesn't count. It's just a 0, you can see there. And Kuki Airani send out their last batter, Esther Williams, with 2 overs to come. Yeah, she missed a chance for a hat-trick there. Solomon, but she should be happy with her return of 5 for 9.
Still got a chance of the hat-trick.
What do you mean? Next,
Oh, she had her
bowled
4
out.
overs. Ah, she's had her 4 overs.
I don't think you can't carry it over into another match. I don't think.
Pfeiffer, what was Drum's figures this morning? 5 for 10?
That's about right. Molly's figures this morning.
Yeah, 5 for 10. So Solomon 5 for 9.
Because of the wide.
What is that?
Because the wide was a dead ball. Would have been exactly the same figures. Oh, you gotta love cricket. Well, that's aerial as well.
Well stopped.
Mansalia gets the 19th over.
Carlo doing the work. Just a fine leg coming around, tidying it up. Went to her knees, but ensured that the ball didn't get past and any more than just a single.
Well, that's definitely a wide. Maybe some small goals here for Kukiairani. Make sure they get to the 50. There's a team score. Be a nice little psychological win.
Yeah, get to 50, bat out the last remaining couple of overs. Nothing has to be rash, but just some smart cricket. And solid shots like that, even though to the field, just to be able to feel bat on ball, hitting the middle, it's always a good feeling for the batter.
That's hit strongly. No run though. Ooh. Or maybe.
Don't run on the misfield.
No.
Good decision.
Well, I think the Reds going to hold off just long enough for these next 9 balls at the most. As we think about Ratapu Sunday finals day, come on down to Lloyd Ellsmore Park in Tamaki Makaurau.
Shot.
Just single out to deep mid wicket. Bring along your picnic rugs. Definitely your picnics. Don't be shy about bringing them over to the commentary box.
And I'm assuming we've had the positions finalised, haven't we? So that'll be Aotearoa versus PNG. Samoa versus Vanuatu.
Yep. Cook Islands, Fiji.
Cook Islands, Fiji.
19 overs gone, and Kukiairani bring up their 50. It is 51 for 9.
So just the 6 deliveries left in this game. Really has been a fairly one-sided affair. Tremendous partnership of over 150 for Vanuatu, which really took the game away from the Cook Islands. They had no answer. Didn't matter what they threw at them. There was no real signs of picking up a wicket. They did drop a catch, but that was fairly late in the innings. And it's been pretty tough going with the bat the whole way through. Vanuatu have been well organised. They've fielded well. Made some good saves in the outfield. And they'll be looking to finish off a pretty polished performance in this last over.
And bringing back the bowler who opened from this end for Vanuatu, Vera. And starting as she finished when she was doing her opening spell, wicket to wicket, giving real lack of pace for the batters to utilise.
Yep. The pace hasn't increased, but it's so effective on this pitch and at this stage of the game. That's hit strongly and over the field. That should run away for a boundary. One of the very few.
One of the shots of the day, just lifted up over the inner ring, down to wide long off. It's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, well played from Williams. Pitched up a little bit more from Vera, and she just went through the shot over the offside. A couple of bounces and away for 4, so nice way to finish. The Cook Islands, they're fighting right through to the last delivery.
Oh, that's another play and a miss, a little bit of late shape. Good take by the keeper. Tony Mala. Right, swung away strongly too, into the leg side. It's a single. Vera, just 5 off her over. She has 1 ball left in the innings of Kukiairani. Be faced by Maika, who helps herself to a single down the ground. Langiatu does the fielding, and that is it. That is the game for the Cook Islands. They're able to get through to 57 off their 20 overs, but nowhere near the 178 they required for victory. And it was a very, very dominant display from Vanuatu. And that was the Cook Islands innings. Maika, 15 not out. She's the top scorer. And Ikuia up top with 10 off 23. She had a little bit of resistance at the start, but other than that, no one able to get into the double figures. And unfortunately never threatened the total. But look at these bowling cards. That runs per over, so economical. And 5 for 9, star there, Solomon. Vanuatu's first 5 for in international cricket by their captain Solomon, who I thought shuffled the deck really nicely with her bowlers. And all of them contributed well. Vera got 1 as well. And Navaika, 3 for 7 of hers. And that is a very, very impressive bowling card. But the action personnel moment of the match, no surprises here. Rachel Andrew bringing up her first century in international cricket, Vanuatu's first century in international cricket. And what a moment of the match this is. And here's some more of Rachel Andrew. Some of the shots she played all around the clock. And really was the key in getting her side through to 177 for 1. She shared in a partnership of 160 with Naisi Navaika, who finished on 47 not out off her 43 balls. And really the two of them were out there for this moment. That was the 100 there. And they went ballistic, and so they should. Really special moment there. Good partnership and some good gesturing there from Navaika, who was there to support the whole way through. You don't get 100 unless you've got some good support at the other end. And that came in the form of Naisi Navaika, who also contributed well in the field. And really comprehensive win for Vanuatu. And the South Seas Pacific Healthcare player of the match, no surprises there, is Rachel Andrew with her 106 of 68 balls. An impressive performance, and really Vanuatu so dominant today. Cook Islands, they kept fighting. They stayed in right through 20 overs. Couldn't quite get to the end. So that sets us up for Ratapu Sunday. Join us here from 3 p.m. where you'll see Aotearoa Māori, New Zealand, Wahine play Papua New Guinea in the final. Samoa, Vanuatu for 3rd and 4th, and Cook Islands, Fiji for 5th and 6th. Look forward to seeing you then.